Shalom, Israel. This is the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. We start out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under the leadership of Commanding General Yohana. If you're tuning in this Wednesday, this is Wednesday's Biblical Law class. You know what I'm saying? We're going to play a song, get y'all some time to get yourself situated, get your pen and notepad together. So get ready to tune into class, take some notes, and learn a thing or two about your culture, man. So stand by. And then do yourself and your nation a favor, like, share, and subscribe this video to as many other social media platforms as possible.
Shalom, Israel. We're the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. Started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under the Commanding General Yohana. Look here, we got a safe haven for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and it's not in the Christian church, it's not in the Muslim mosque, it's not in the country community, but it is in the UPK. Awiyala, tell them what changed your life.
Word on the street, they trying to get me. If they could, they'd split me. I respect the game, keep my ear to the street, I move around, so it's hard to hit me in them highways, in them byways, doing the Lord's work, it ain't my ways. Never will I celebrate no wicked pagan holidays. Cause we break them commandments, some heathens living fat. No shrimp, crab, pork, or lobster, don't eat none of that. Devil's proud and tall, Trump building that wall. It's the final call, Babylon gon' fall. I'm so serious about these precepts, I memorize my family, my old friends, they see me, they be so surprised. I'm on that other level, I changed my life, I'm doing it right. Demons come back 7 times worse, you gotta be ready for that fight. Selling your soul to the devil, that's something you can't afford. Ain't no game, you serve the Lord. If I see walk around with my sword, I'm energized, gotta build this enterprise. You can see it all in my eyes, America full of the white lies. So many lost in the world, hypnotized.
I'm praying for a better day. Me and my brothers here to stay. Men of the Lord never go astray. I'm proud to say we're some warriors. And I pray every single day. It's for the brothers in the UPK. Men of the Lord never go astray. I'm proud to say we're some warriors. I pray for a better day. Me and my brothers here to stay. Men of the Lord never go astray. I'm proud to say we're some warriors. And I pray every single day. It's for the brothers in the UPK. Men of the Lord never go astray. I'm proud to say we're some warriors.
At first I was a Christian, then I decided to be a Muslim. With all of the pain my people went through, I was a Black Panther, but now I'm not him. The hell with the red, black, and green, cause now I know what it really means. And the conscious community is unconscious, living in the dream. So I figured I'd be Nawapian. Ain't nobody stopping him until I heard Commanding General Yohana speak, and he dropped the gem. Who are the Israelites? I don't know. I was a street gangbanger. Blacks, Latinos, Native Indians. I found that out. That was a game changer. So I called Officer Shad Jahala. He said, call Captain Kahan. He told me the ISUPK was home with the truth, second to none. Started off a young man, did my 90 days and got my name. Everything I wore, I wasn't all black. I was a trooper, man. I worked real hard to get them demons off of my chest. Studied to show myself approved. I prepared to take my officer's test. It was the Lord's will I passed. Shatter the lies, break the glass. Took a vow, I accept the task. Now I'm a priest teaching class.
I pray for a better day. Me and my brothers here to stay. Men of the Lord never go astray. I'm proud to say we're some warriors. And I pray every single day. It's for the brothers in the UPK. Men of the Lord never go astray. I'm proud to say we're some warriors.
Certified priests, teaching on streets, on a pulpit of wood, behind them signs, holding Shema, back in heathen book his hand, Isaiah 49 and 23.
All right, Most High in Christ. Shalom, Israel. This is the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. We started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under the leadership of Commanding General Yohana. I'm Precinct Officer Razani Yash for the city of Austin, Texas. We also have Priest and Officer Naquan 500 in the building, Trooper Gadayawan, and all the Akwathian from the city of Austin as well. And then the other officer, Officer Tamaki and Trooper Yahaji will be here momentarily to join us for class, man. You know what I'm saying? We're going to jump right into it. Head first, this is Wednesday's Biblical Law class. The title of today's class is Keeping Your Culture is the Law. You know what I'm saying? Straight up and down. There's no way around it, man. For Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, we've been under the spell of Christianity. You know what I'm saying? We've been under the spell of the oppression that our oppressors have put upon us for over 400 years, man. And we've forgotten that our culture and then our identity comes from the Bible, man. Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, we are God's chosen people, man. We are the Israelites as written in the Bible, according to the scriptures, man. You know what I'm saying? We don't add anything to these scriptures, nor do we take anything from them, man. You know, some us and the other Akim, you know, so the brothers were out there at Walmart yesterday, waking up our people, handing out flyers, reminding them that the lost 12 tribes, the nation of Israel, are God's chosen people. You know what I'm saying? Here in the ICPK, we are not Christians. We are not a religion. You know what I'm saying? We are a school. We are all about Black and brown supremacy. We back up everything we say and teach according to the scriptures, man. You know what I'm saying? But let's jump into the scriptures, man. If you could, Trooper Gadayawan, give me Deuteronomy 27:1, man. You know what I'm saying? And Salaki. And before we get started, you know what I'm saying? Like we put it in the comment section, like, share, and subscribe to this class as many other social media platforms as possible. You know what I'm saying? We are on Facebook, we're on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. You know what I'm saying? We're using every avenue possible to wake up our people and giving our people no excuse to come back home to the truth, man. These laws, statutes, and commandments are your culture, man. You know what I'm saying? Keeping your culture is the law, man. Soon enough, we're going to realize that. Because when we forfeit our culture, when we take on the ways and the customs and the doctrines of these other heathens and these other pagan practices, we start inviting the curses, man. And we start wondering what is wrong with us, man. You know what I'm saying? Who are we? Why are we singled out? Why are we a destroyed people? You know what I'm saying? It's all backed up in the scriptures, man, because when we forfeit these law, statutes, and commandments, when we don't take our culture seriously, we break the law.
Right.
And the transgression of the law, you know what I'm saying, means you invite the curses and the oppression. So the Most High God, the God power that we serve, is nothing to be played with, man. It's nothing to trifle with, man. You know, so we serve a living, jealous power, and He takes our culture seriously, and it's all written in the scriptures, man. If we could, let's start with the first verse, Deuteronomy 27:1.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 27, verse 1. And Moses with the elders of Israel commanded the people, saying,
He what to the people?
Commanded the people, saying,
Moses and the elders of Israel commanded the people, man. Just like we do here in the ISCPK under the leadership of Commanding General Yohana. These ordained priests and prophets in this school, we command our people, man. We are the elders. You know what I'm saying? We are the higher ranking men that give a damn about our people, give a damn about our culture, and take it seriously, man. And we are no cowards about this work, man. No somos cobardes. That's how it right, sis? No somos cobardes, man. We're no cowards in the school, man. We give a damn about our people, and we hearken to the voice of our leadership, man. Just like they did in Deuteronomy. Moses and the elders commanded the people, commanded us. What did he say, sir?
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 27, verse 1. And Moses with the elders of Israel commanded the people, saying, Keep all the commandments.
No, keep some of the commandments.
Keep all the commandments.
No, only keep the commandments I feel comfortable with.
Keep all the commandments.
Go ahead.
Which I command you this day.
Listen, man. Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, Israelites, you are commanded to keep all of the commandments that you hear, that we teach you every day, man. You know what I'm saying? If you're tuning into this class, whether you're listening live or you're watching the pre-recorded or the recording afterward, you were held accountable for what we teach you in this school. You know what I'm saying? You were commanded to put into practice what you were taught. You know what I'm saying? You have to keep all the commandments, all 613 laws, statutes, and commandments, man, because that is your culture, Israelites, Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. You know what I'm saying? Before we get too far into today's lesson, let me make one more thing clear, man. The ISUPK is not affiliated with no other Hebrew Israelite group, man.
Right.
The Spirit of Christ only lives here in the ISUPK under Commanding General Yohana, man. You know what I'm saying? And like I say, time after time, if you have any doubt that this is the home of the truth, well, listen, man. You shouldn't doubt just for the sake of doubting. You get comfortable and lazy when you do that, man. Doubting should provoke you to go seek answers, man. Ask us questions, man. You know what I'm saying? Ask us questions in the comment section. Send us a direct message, man. You know what I'm saying? When you see us out in these streets, when y'all see us on 6th Street and Netches from on Friday nights from 3 p.m. until, grab you a flyer and approach us, man. Because we walk amongst our people and we wake up our own, man. Because we give a damn about our own, just like Christ did when he walked the earth, man. You know what I'm saying? He walked on foot and taught Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans that the law, statutes, and commandments belong to us, man. And that is our culture, and it is the law to keep it, man. You can't get comfortable in the world, man. You have to pull your spirit out of the nation of the U.S. You got to pull your spirit out of Babylon and get into the ISUPK, man. Come home, man. If you could, give me Matthew 5 and 18, man. Matthew chapter 5 and verse 18. You know what I'm saying? We had this menorah lit up. We're in the feast day of the feast of dedication, Hanukkah. You know what I'm saying? We're observing it for 8 days, man. And it's a glorious thing, man. You know what I'm saying? For someone like me who's only been in the truth for a little over a year, this is my first time celebrating Hanukkah, man. My first time behind on the other side of the camera, man, with this candle, with the menorah lit up, man. It's a beautiful thing. You know what I'm saying? A lot of other brothers and sisters in ISUPK, we hearken to the call, man. We came into the school. We came into the ISUPK. We made those sacrifices, the commitment, man, to our culture and our people. We wanted to, and we made that vow to die to pass from death into life. You know what I'm saying? To put away the feast days of our oppressors, man. To put away Christmas and Thanksgiving and New Year's Eve, and to learn that the Hebrew Israelite calendar, man. You know what I'm saying? Mark our calendars, man, for the next feast day, man. We got the Feast of Purim coming up, and then after that will be the Passover, man. Get into class, Israelites. If you could, give me Matthew 5 and 18, sir, when you're ready.
The book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 18. For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law, till all be fulfilled.
Listen, man. Till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law, man. You know what I'm saying? If you have ears to hear, if you have eyes to see this recording, to see this teaching, then you are alive in the third dimension right now, man. The earth is beneath us, and the skies and the heavens are still above us, man. You know what that means, man? That means that the law is still applicable to this day, man. And not one jot or one tittle from the law is to be passed. Is going to pass, man. You can't edit these scriptures, man. You can't freestyle these scriptures. You can't be selective and choose, what you feel comfortable according to the law, man. Moses commanded us. The ordained priests and prophets in the ISUPK, we command our people to put into practice the law, statutes, and commandments, which we command you this day, man, because they are still applicable to this day, man. Heaven, the earth beneath us, and the heaven is above us, man. You know what I'm saying? Nothing shall pass from the law, as it is written. And these are Christ's words. Matthew 5 and 18, these are the words of Yahweh Shai Mashiach, man, a dark-skinned brother from the tribe of Judah. And how do we know that these are his words, man? What color are the words in this book, sir?
Red.
They are what?
Red.
They are red, man. These are not our words. We didn't write this book, man. These words came directly from Christ's voice box down to the paper, man, to print. And we put respect on the life that Christ lived, man. The example that he set for us, Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. We put respect on the lessons that he taught us, man. You know what I'm saying? You don't even have to have universal and practical knowledge to realize that when Christ walked the earth, everything he taught was from the Old Testament. Because when he walked the earth, there was no New Testament. There was no books of Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, man. You know what I'm saying? Everything he referenced, everything he taught was according to Moses and the elders, man. Just like he commanded us, we command you this day to put into practice the law, statutes, and commandments, to put into practice your culture this day, man. You got to make a sacrifice. You got to make a decision right now, man. As you're tuning into this class, as you're listening and taking notes, you have to make a decision. Put away your old self, man. Put away the ways of the heathens and the pagans, man. You know what I'm saying? Those feast days do not belong to Israelites, man. And it upsets the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Give me Jeremiah 2 and 33, man. Jeremiah 2, chapter 2, and verse 33. Okay, man. 2 and 33.
I have it.
All right, go ahead.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 2, verse 33. Why trimmest thou thy way to seek love?
Hold on, man. Israelites, man. Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans who are asleep, who are comfortable, who have experienced over 400, 500 years of trauma, 400, 500 years of deprogramming by our oppressors, man. Why trimmest thou thy ways to seek love? You know why you trim your ways? Because you don't know better, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You've been so separated from the law, statutes, and commandments. You've been so separated from your culture that you trim your ways, man, both literally and figuratively. For all those brothers in the world, man, you do what you got to do to make it in our precious kingdom, man. You trim your beard, man. You shave your beard. You get edge ups, man. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us are ashamed and uncomfortable wearing cornrows, man. A lot of us don't know that rocking fringes on the borders of our garments is Israelite culture.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We're not even speaking our native tongue, the Lashawan Kadash. We're speaking English and Spanish, man, which is both languages of our oppressors, man, Europeans. You know what I'm saying? Our oppressor is very good at what he does, man. And he's only doing what the Most High created him to be, and that's to be the wicked in the earth. He was the master deceiver. And he's done such a number on our people that we've forgotten that the Native Americans, the tribe of Gad, are our brothers, man. He has convinced us to believe that they are an invisible minority, man, that they are a nation to themselves, man, and they're not our brothers and sisters, man. And that's evil, man. That is deceitful. You know, so that's 400 and 500 years of programming, deprogramming, to distance us from our culture, man. To feel like we got to trim our ways to seek his love, to trim our ways to cut corners in our culture just to get by in the wicked world, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, we live in one world, man. That's the world of Israel, man. The nation of Israel, governed by the law, statutes, and commandments, man. And that is our culture, and our culture is the law. You know what I'm saying? Put some respect on your culture, man. Reclaim your identity. You know what I'm saying? Our oppressor is the master identity thief, man. And he's good at what he does, man. But Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, we need to be good at practicing these laws, statutes, and commandments, man. You know what I'm saying? We need to be no cowards about our culture and stop trimming our ways to seek love from these other nations, man. Because they don't want us to practice our law, statutes, and commandments. They don't want us rocking our beards and growing our hair out, man. They don't want our sisters, dressing up in dresses and covering up their hair, man.
Right.
They don't want our sisters to learn in submission. They don't want men to understand that following orders is masculine, man. Following orders is what you need to do to protect and preserve your culture. You know what I'm saying? A rank and order system, which we don't have, which we lack. You know what I'm saying? We're out here freestyling, smoking weed and cigarettes, and doing what thou wilt in the world, man. In the name of survival, just like our oppressor, man. Our oppressor is just a carnal animal, man. He'll do anything to earn a buck. He'll do anything to satisfy his lust. You know what I'm saying? Our oppressor has no ways to be trimmed. He's just an animal. He's just a beast in the field, man. But Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, our culture is what belongs to us, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Well, one more time from the top, sir.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 2, verse 33. Why trimmest thou thy way to seek love? Therefore hast thou also taught the wicked ones thy ways.
Listen, man. After living over 500 years of oppression and slavery, you know what I'm saying? And having our culture stripped away from us, raped from us, you know what I'm saying? We've been conditioned and programmed to teach our own children and teach the generations after us the ways of these heathens. You know what I'm saying? We become comfortable with our oppressor's culture and his doctrines. You know what I'm saying? We no longer teach our children the feast of dedication, Hanukkah. We no longer teach our children the importance of Passover, the feast of Purim, man. You know, so we no longer teach our children our dietary laws, man. What is allowable, what is clean and unclean to eat. The Israelites, you are given that culture, man. You were given the menu, man. And no other culture, no other nation on the planet has been given these laws, statutes, and commandments. I mean, no other nation on the planet has been given a governing order according to a master plan, which is the scriptures, man. You know what I'm saying? And these orders, this is our culture. These laws, statutes, and commandments come from our God, whose throne sits in the fourth dimension, man, on a fiery flame, man. We serve a living, jealous power, man. The God of Israel is a jealous God, man. And he feels some type of way when you don't respect your culture, man. When you don't keep your law, statutes, and commandments, man. When you break the law, he feels some type of way, man. When you eat pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster, listen, you are breaking the law, man. And you're not putting into practice your culture. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to teach you, because the laws are not done away with. You know what I'm saying? The earth is, Shalom, Lord of Christ. The earth is still beneath us, and the heavens are still above us. So not one jot nor tittle of these laws has been done away with. According to what Christ said, Leviticus chapter 11, verses 7 through 8, still applies. When you got it for me? Give me a Leviticus chapter 11 and verse 7. Whoever has it first, man. You know what I'm saying? Ask if y'all got any questions, type them in the comment section. You know what I'm saying? Priest and Officer Tamaki just showed up in the building. Triple your Hydra in the building as well. You know what I'm saying? Get yourself situated. Ask us any questions you got. You got it? Go ahead, sir.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 11, verse 7. And the swine, though he divided the hoof and be clover-footed, yet he cheweth not the cud. He is unclean to you.
He is what?
Unclean to you.
The pig is what?
Unclean to you.
The bacon and the bacon bits are what?
Unclean to you.
The pork chops are what?
Unclean to you.
The holiday ham.
Unclean to you.
Listen, man, the pig, man, the swine.
Unclean to you.
It is unclean to us, man. They don't chew the cud. And what is the cud, man? You know what I'm saying? There's, you know what I'm saying, every animal, you know what I'm saying, the Most High doesn't make no mistakes, man. The pig, the swine, has more than one stomach, man. Or actually, it's like, no, it doesn't. Most animals, like cattle, for instance, they have more than one stomach. They chew their food, they digest it, and they regurgitate it a little bit. And then redigest it, man. They chew it for a second run. That's the cud. You know what I'm saying? But the pig, the swine, doesn't go through that process, man. It just gobbles up anything it wants, man. The swine will eat anything, man. The swine will eat its own feces. The swine will eat its own dead young, man. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? The Most High created the swine to be so, man. But guess what, Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans? We were commanded not to eat of this beast because it is unclean to us.
Right.
According to Leviticus chapter 11 and verse 7.
Right.
We're going to back it up with verse 8. Go ahead. Let's wait. Leviticus chapter 11 and verse 8.
All right.
Go ahead.
This is Leviticus chapter 11, verse 8. Of their flesh shall ye not eat.
Shall you what?
Shall ye not eat.
Go ahead.
And their carcass shall ye not touch. They are unclean to you.
They are what?
Unclean to you.
The bacon bits, the holiday ham, the pork chops, they are what?
Unclean to you.
Listen, man, Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. The refraining of eating pork is unclean to us. Not eating pork is our culture. Not eating pork is the law. There's no way around it, man. And you Christians, y'all swear up and down that eating pork has been made lawful somewhere in the New Testament, man. Somewhere in the New Testament, y'all claim that eating pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster, you know what I'm saying, is lawful. But yet to this day, no one can show it. Nobody can show us. You want to know why? Because it's not written, man. You know what I'm saying? Because you're a carnal and lustful selves. You don't want to refrain from not eating pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. You don't want to fall under an authority, man, as according to the scriptures, according to Leviticus and Deuteronomy. You know what I'm saying? I claim up and down, swear up and down that Christ said all things were lawful, man. But until y'all show us, Leviticus 11, verses 7 through 8 still applies to this day, man. Not one jot or one tittle shall be made null, man. As long as heaven is above us and earth is below us, man. Christ taught this. You know what I'm saying? And listen, that'll be my challenge for all of those naysayers, man, who are not in the truth. If you can find somewhere in the New Testament or anywhere in the Bible that says eating pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster is lawful and good to wab, then listen, man, I'm all ears. I'm waiting for a response. I'm keeping my eyes peeled on the comment section on our inbox, man. Prove us wrong. We're here in the ISUPK under Commanding General Yohana. We're not going to eat pork, shrimp, crab, or lobster, according to the book of chapter 11 in Leviticus. You know what I'm saying? Give me you 12?
Yeah, I'm second tennis.
Give me who's got it? Give me Amos in chapter 5, verse 21 to 22. Amos chapter 5 and verses 21 through 22. And listen, man. Y'all gonna hear it a lot, man. Y'all may be hearing Amos 5 and 21 through 22 a lot during the holiday seasons if you haven't already since 1969, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because from Halloween to New Year's Eve to maybe even Valentine's Day, man. This goddamn holiday season is filled with pagan holidays, man. The worship of pagan gods. You know what I'm saying? Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, we have no place in practicing Halloween, especially Thanksgiving, man, which is the celebration, the feast day of the murder of our Gadite brothers, man, the Native American Indians, by our oppressors. You know what I'm saying? We are feasting on their death, man, remembering their death and their oppression and their slaughter by our oppressors, man, the so-called white man. That's what Thanksgiving is, man. And the thing is, we know that year over year, man. We're reminded year after year that we know what Thanksgiving is about. But we're so comfortable. You know what I'm saying? We're so comfortable and susceptible to the demon of nostalgia because we've been practicing it since childhood, man. You know what I'm saying? We have trimmed our ways and forgotten that the tribe of Gad, the Native Americans, are our brothers and sisters, man. They are Israelites, according to the scriptures. You know what I'm saying? That's what Thanksgiving is about, man. That spirit, and listen, that spirit of Thanksgiving it spearheads the so-called holiday season, man. Because now we have Christmas coming up. You know what I'm saying? Then we have New Year's Eve. You know, so these are wicked pagan feast days, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They don't belong on our calendars, man. You know what I'm saying? I better wake up, Israel, and understand when you practice Thanksgiving, when you practice Halloween and Christmas and New Year's Eve, you are breaking the law because you're not keeping your culture.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Straight up and down, man. We're not going to sugarcoat this truth. We are aggressive about what we teach, man, because we give a damn about Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. You know what I'm saying? Who's got Amos 5 and 21 for me?
Come.
Go ahead.
This is Amos. The book of Amos, chapter 5, verse 21. I hate.
You what?
I hate.
God what?
I hate.
Go ahead.
I despise your feast days.
Go ahead.
And I will not smell in your solemn assemblies.
Listen, man. The Most High God, the God of Black, Latinos, and Native Americans, Yahweh is his name. He hates and he despises man's feast days. He hates and despises Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's Eve, St. Patrick's Day, Valentine's Day, 4th of July, so-called Easter. He hates these feast days, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? These feast days are not even written in the Bible, man. Christmas is mentioned in the Bible, but we are not commanded to practice it, man. It is a pagan holiday, man. The Most High hates it, and he despises it. One second. And when we cook that holiday ham, and we make those sacrifices and spend hundreds, if not thousands of dollars on Christmas gifts and turkeys and decorations and candles, Christmas trees, man. Listen, the Lord ain't having it, man. He's not smelling in these solemn assemblies, man. Go ahead, what you got?
If I could, all right, let's flip. If you look at the celebrations that's going on today, you know, let's use Young Dolph for example, right? Right before he got shot, he was giving away turkey for Thanksgiving, man. And then if you look at another holiday, they just had another holiday massacre when a dude drove through that crowd for the Christmas parade, man.
That's right.
This scripture you pulled is heavy, sir.
Yeah, I'm right, man.
That's very crazy.
And guess what, man? I ate the water, sir. And listen, man. That holiday parade, what was it? Somewhere in Minnesota or somewhere? Wisconsin. Listen, man. They were having a Christmas parade, and it wasn't even December 1st yet. Like goddamn, like that's how, you know, so that's how asleep they want us to be, man. They want to gobble up our attention and our dollars, man, to always get us prepared to make those sacrifices for the next feast day, man. Like they say in marketing, it's called top of the mind awareness, man. They want to get you ready and prepared and geared up and programmed to already invest your time, money, and energy on the next feast day, which for once we'll keep teaching doesn't belong to Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what the death count was at that parade, as far as those who got ran over. But listen, man, the death angel was doing his job that day, man. You know what I'm saying? The Most High, according to Amos 5:21, he hates that, man. And he despises those feast days. You know what I'm saying? The Most High was not having none of that. You know what I'm saying? Let our oppressors practice those feast days, man. Let our oppressors do what they've been comfortable doing for over thousands of years, man. But what belongs to Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans are these scriptures, man. The law, statutes, and commandments. And not one jot, one tittle has been made null. You know what I'm saying? Christ put. Oh, Salaka. Oh, go ahead, sis.
So, like, I have a question.
Go ahead.
To address like the Christmas thing,
Mm-hmm.
wasn't that a Babylonian custom before Christ was born?
Because sister asked, is Christmas a Babylonian custom that was practiced before Christ? I believe it was. Christmas, so-called Christmas, had been practiced for thousands of years before even Christ came on the scene, man. Nimrod was it? And so we're gonna give our people the breakdowns when so-called Christmas comes closer, man. But y'all stay tuned, man. Go ahead, sis.
I was actually just looking into it as well. And there's like Compass, I don't know if you saw that movie, but like there was, you know how when they said that in the song, he's gonna find out who's not very nice. So it was like, I guess they wanted them to be observing the Yuletide. So if they didn't celebrate the Yuletide, then that's what would make them get on the list of being naughty.
Right.
So supposedly then that's when Krampus will come and, you know, supposedly take the naughty children or reward the nice children who've been celebrating Krampus. But all these little deities that really have nothing to do with nothing. It's sort of demonic. And we should have been thinking about it. How is it supposed to be Jesus' birthday yet talking about coming and killing you and
Right.
you know what I mean? So yeah, I just learned about that.
Most High Christ, yeah. What the sister was saying was correct. Hey, give it up to sis, man. Encourage your people to come in here and ask questions, man. Yeah, but she was saying was correct. Like these pagan holidays, they have their own list of do's and don'ts, man. They have their own their consequences and so-called blessings for staying in line and keeping the evil, wicked practices going. You know what I'm saying? In the world, they claim that Jesus Christ was born on December 25th, which he wasn't. And yet, you know what I'm saying, according to, you know what I'm saying, whatever Yuletide festivities or whatever kind of upkeep or whatever kind of tracking you have to keep in place to honor those guys, there's a consequence for and for not, putting them into practice, man. Listen, it's just a spiritual demonic playground, man. It's a demonic distraction, man. You know what I'm saying? But for Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, we should know this day because we haven't been practicing the law, statutes, and commandments, because we've been breaking the laws, that we are cursed, man. You know what I'm saying? We are cursed from the Most High. You know what I'm saying? I almost segued into another topic, man. But these curses come in many forms, man. Slavery. You know what I'm saying? Our oppressor coming over and basically rounding up our Gadite brothers on the Trail of Tears, man. Removing us from our homeland. Convinced us, deceived us into thinking that there's a better, more applicable or more comfortable option. They came into our Gadite brothers' land, man. Stole it from them, deceived them, murdered them, and led them on these reservations where they still stand right now, man. These reservations living in hopelessness and high suicide rates, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And misery. You know what I'm saying? That's the consequence for not following the law, statutes, and commandments. If you're a Black, Latino, and Native American, man, and Israelite, man. When you don't keep your culture, you catch the curses.
Right.
Simple and plain, man. Straight up and down, man. When you practice Thanksgiving, when you eat that Thanksgiving meal, and practice Christmas, in honor of so-called Krampus and so-called White Santa, you anger the Lord, man. He hates that, man. And he despises those feast days, man. And he won't have none of it, man. Amos 5:21 says he will not smell in your solemn assemblies.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I may need to do a history class on so-called Santa. Because actually, from what I learned, Santa Claus, Saint Nick, he was actually a black man from Russia. Believe it or not. You know what I'm saying? I'll stand behind a black Santa. And I'm no goddamn devil wearing red pajamas coming down the goddamn so-called chimney. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, Officer Tamaki.
This is how you know that our enemies love to oppress us. They have a jolly old fat man, right? With a white beard, and he sits your kids on his lap, man. Go ahead.
Do you notice how, like, in the first pictures of one, like, if you look at any public photo of a child going to visit Santa, if the parent would let them put the first few photos, you'll see all the children crying. Because, like, it's a natural reaction to scream at something like that.
Right.
And it's like the parent has to take them over and over and like, oh, he's not nothing to be afraid of. They have to coerce them into accepting it, but the child's natural reaction is to cry. So you can tell it's forced by the parent, and it's like actually like a sort of a ritual, because they are coming and delivering the kid unto the pretty much the beast, the deity. They're coming and delivering their child, screaming it all, and it sort of like goes back to when I heard that like we used to take our children down to feast and sacrifice our children to things like this.
Same here. You know what I'm saying? Real quick. And what she was saying is on point. Because you know what I'm saying? Children know, man. Children will know when something ain't right, man. And they're gonna react and feel some type of way about it, man. You put your child on the lap of some white man that they never met before, some stranger. You know what I'm saying? You set your child next to the so-called Easter. I've seen more of those the children who take the pictures with the so-called Easter bunny, man. Those are traumatizing, man. They're like, this ain't natural. It is child abuse, man. And that's what you call passing your children through the fire, man. You know what I'm saying? When you force them, you damn near traumatize them to practice these feast days which don't belong to them, man. I would be too. And some of us, some children, you know what I'm saying, they don't have the strength or feel comfortable feeling or expressing their feelings about what their parents are putting them through, man. You know what I'm saying? That trauma is buried into us, man, from childhood. You know what I'm saying? And the consequences of that, you know what I'm saying, affect us in adulthood. And we keep indoctrinating and reprogramming our own children to keep these practices, man, when they don't even belong to us from the jump, man. Go ahead.
If I could, sir. That's why it's super heavy that we separate from these pagan holidays.
That's right.
Did you already touch on the feast of dedication?
Go ahead. No, no.
Just your class.
No, I'm telling you, go ahead.
No sweat, man. We need to separate because these other pagan holidays are steering us away from the truth that the Bible holds for us, man. Our record, our history of how our forefathers set for us to have salvation, man.
Right.
We need this salvation by following these laws, statutes, commandments, and going through all these feasts, man.
That's
And
right.
going through all these high holy days and these convocations with our family. Because really, all these pagan holidays, they separate us from our families, man.
That's right.
Some people want to do it, some people don't. When it should be a don't do it. Let's separate.
That's
Gather
right.
ourselves together by separating from these wicked oppressors.
That's right.
Stop it.
Amen.
And the oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of.
That's right. Listen, what Alpha Satamaki is saying is on point, man. And listen, he's not saying that, you know what I'm saying, just because he's motivated. It comes from the law, man. He's encouraging Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans to keep the law.
Right.
Because keeping the law is keeping your culture, man. You know what I'm saying? When you stray away from your culture, you break the law. And when you break the law, you invite the curses, man. You know what I'm saying? We're out here for Black, Latinos, and Native Americans, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because we understand our value. We understand who made us, man. We understand who the law, statutes, and commandments were given, man. Only to us, man. The Bible does not belong in the hands of our oppressors. The Bible for damn sure does not belong in the Christian church, man. You know what I'm saying? The Christian church, they celebrate Halloween. They celebrate Thanksgiving and Christmas, especially the Roman Catholic Church, man. You know what I'm saying? Passing our children through the fire, indoctrinating us, traumatizing us, man, and passing over that trauma into the next generation, man. The Most High hates that, man. He wants none of it. Give me Amos 5:22.
And it will come. It's the book of Amos, chapter 5, verse 22. Though ye offer me burnt offerings and your meat offerings, I will not accept them.
He will not what?
I will not accept them.
He will not accept the holiday ham. Go ahead.
Neither will I regard the peace offerings of your fat beasts.
Listen, man. The Most High hates the holiday ham. The Most High hates that leftover turkey that's still in your refrigerator, which you're going to make for leftovers, man. Turkey sandwiches, man. The Most High hates it, man. The Most High hates it when you spend hundreds of dollars on fireworks for the 4th of July, man. The Most High hates it when you spend hundreds of dollars for New Year's Eve on fireworks. You know what I'm saying? The Most High hates it when you act like a child and spend laborious hours putting together a Halloween costume to let your demons come out to play, man, on October 31st, man. He hates that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
This doesn't belong to Israel, man. We're practicing these pagan holidays in vain, and we're upsetting the Most High, man. We are breaking the law, and the curses are on their way, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There's no way around it, man. If you still have Thanksgiving leftovers in your refrigerator, man, in those Tupperwares, listen, man. Your guilty conscience is going to eat at you, man. I pray it does, man. I pray it does, man.
Right.
You have the ghosts of our Gadar brothers in your refrigerator, man. You have their death preserved in those Tupperware containers, man. You are prolonging their death, man. You're dishonoring your people.
That's right.
You are breaking the law, man.
Right.
And you should be ashamed, man, because the Most High hates it, man. He despises it. These are my opinions, man. These are not my opinions, man. This is the voice. This is the spirit of the Most High, man, that we're teaching here. Don't take this lightly, man. The Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, you better get in line, man. You better get into the doors of the ISUPK, man. Because the doors of the Christian church have been closed, man, since March of 2020 when the pandemic popped off, man. Now we're in the midst of what is it, Omicron. It's only gonna get worse, man. Listen, man, we serve a nigga God, man. Listen,
That's
the God of the Bible. Listen, what did I say? I told Officer one y'all said the Most High has a way of getting our attention, man. Because for all of those who caught the COVID, you know, see, essentially what he did is he literally knocked the taste about our mouth, man, to get our attention, man. And that's what he'll do.
damn right. Yes,
And what he's doing now, he's teaching us the goddamn Greek alphabet, man,
right.
the hard way.
Right.
Omni, Delta, Mu.
Good, man.
Shit, go ahead, sis.
Now he pulling the transformer.
That's right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Transformer.
Pulling the transformer on us, man.
Right.
People love to transform into this, you know. I mean, they do so many TikToks of them transforming and stuff. He just joined the team. Well, I'm playing. He is a team, but you get what I'm saying. He just pulled the move, all moves, and just turned the Delta and all that into the Omicron.
That's right, man.
It's like they trying to keep up with it. He just showing they can't keep up.
Hell no, man. These nations, they can't keep up with the Most High's plagues, man.
Right.
We're gonna go through the whole alphabet, man. Go ahead.
Slocky. If I could, sir. This class is heavy, man. Think about it like this, right? You got TikTok. You got all the challenges. Well, the Most High is trying to give you a challenge. Follow these laws, statutes, and commandments.
That's right.
That's your challenge. If you're so-called Black, Hispanic, or Native Indian. That's right.
Damn right.
Shalom.
Shalom. Listen, man. That's the challenge that all Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans need to start putting into practice, man. We challenge you to get into IHCPK, get into class, and be in the exact same classroom where a menorah is lit up, man. You know what I'm saying? Well, we got 5 more days. Y'all better get into class because time is short. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to teach you in these other so-called Hebrew Israelite groups. They're not going to teach you in the Christian church. But the only way that you can be saved is if you're beamed up on a chariot, man, a so-called UFO. You know what I'm saying? That's for another class, man. And for a lot of y'all who just heard that, y'all's minds are blown. Like, what the hell did this nigga just say? A UFO. Listen, the UFO's in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, that's for another class, man. But we pray for those chariots to come down from heaven, man, to destroy these nations. And we pray we're on the right side of these chariots, or else you'll be thrust through, man. You'll be thrust through eating a leftover turkey sandwich from Thanksgiving, man. You'll be thrust through wearing a goddamn itchy, ugly sweater and during Christmas, man. You'll be thrust through kissing somebody under the so-called mistletoe, man. You'll be thrust through at midnight talking about Happy New Year. Right. And then the chariots show up, man. Them so-called UFOs, man. You know what I'm saying? We take this scripture seriously, man. Y'all getting too lax out there, Black, Latinos, and Native Americans. Y'all better come home. You know what I'm saying? Because time is short. If we could, somebody give me 1 John 5:3. Go ahead.
If I could, man. Y'all should know that it's about time to separate because they've unleashed this beast once again.
That's right.
The schools are back open and your mass school shootings are at a rampant high again, man.
That's right.
And we know where that comes from. That doesn't come from you, so-called Black, Hispanic, Native Indian. That comes from your enemy. And then they try to, encourage you, hey, we're doing it. You can do it. So if they have a new holiday, guess what they're going to say? We're doing it. You can do it. Man, God forbid.
Damn right.
It's time to separate so we can get out of this hell that we are in right here on earth.
That's right.
Slack.
Salam. Most High in Christ. Hey, Slack, if you could, give me some. Listen. The wine, listen, man. We heard about that high school shooting in Michigan. And you know what? That brought up feelings of nostalgia, man. That brought up feelings of the old normal, man, which we're used to. And that old normal of violence being widespread through society, man, that's the society that our oppressor wants to keep, man. Our oppressor is holding on dearly, man, because he's too proud to admit that his nation, his rulership is crumbling before us, man. He wants to preserve that old normal, man. But what the world is realizing, that there is a new normal on the way, man. You know what I'm saying? It's the changing of the guard. You know what I'm saying? We're making way for Yahweh, our king, to rule over this goddamn planet, man. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be the new normal. There's no going back. You know what I'm saying? The Most High is doing as much irreversible damage as he can, man. And he's doing it perfectly, man, beautifully, man, for our namesake, man, for his people, his nation, for Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. And this is the grace period that we're squandering, man. We're not hearkening to the voice of the priests and prophets, man. We're not hearkening to the voice of Moses and the elders, like in Deuteronomy, man. To keep the law, statutes, and commandments, to keep your culture, because it is the law, man. You know what I'm saying? Keeping the law, statutes, and commandments should be the next challenge, man. If you could, 1 John 5:3, man. Listen, let me bring us back to the title of the class, man. Keeping your culture. And we're talking to Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, Israelites, the 12 tribes. Keeping your culture is the law. Not eating pork, shrimp, and crab and lobster is the law. Practicing the Feast of Dedication, Passover, Purim, you know what I'm saying? This is your culture. You know what I'm saying? And the cards are in your favor when you separate your spirit from this world and get into the ISUPK, the home of the truth, where we practice and put respect on these laws, statutes, and commandments, man. We own our culture and we put it on us, man. Give me 1 John 5:3, if you could, sir.
Khan. This is the book of 1 John, chapter 5, verse 3. For this is the love of God.
This is the what?
The love of God.
The love of the God of Black, Latinos, and Native Americans.
The love of God.
That's right, go ahead.
That we keep his commandments.
That we what?
That we keep his commandments.
That we keep the Passover.
That we keep his commandments.
Go ahead.
And his commandments are not grievous.
They are not what?
Are not grievous.
Not eating pork is what?
Not grievous.
Not eating pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster is what?
Not grievous.
Making the sacrifices, saying, from this day forward, I will no longer celebrate Halloween, Christmas, Thanksgiving, New Year's Eve, Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's Day, 4th of July is what?
Not grievous.
It's not grievous, man. It is not grievous. Don't be deceived, man. Practicing your culture is not grievous. What's that?
Grievous.
Grievous means troublesome, burdensome. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have to. It doesn't have to be like pulling teeth to practice your culture, man.
Right.
And we understand some of us have been, have caught up in addictions like smoking weed and cigarettes. That's going to take some time. That's going to take brotherhood and sisterhood to get you through that, man. But this is the home of the truth, and we can get you out. You know what I'm saying? Out of those addiction, man. To cast out those addiction demons. Go ahead, sis.
I just have a comment. When I was in the world, what was grievous and troublesome was celebrating Christmas, being broke, working overtime, and being underpaid.
That's right. Damn right, man. And listen, man. When you make the decision to not celebrate Christmas, you were doing yourself a favor, man. You're saving yourself hundreds and thousands of dollars, man. You're saving yourself headaches, man. You know what I'm saying? You're freeing up your calendar, and you don't have to accept any invites to any Christmas parties,
That's right.
any New Year's Eve parties, any holiday parties, man. You know what I'm saying? You can make that choice. You know what I'm saying? That in itself is healing, man. You're preserving your own culture. You're you know what I'm saying? Good night. You know what I'm saying? You're preserving your own peace of mind, man. You don't have to be caught up in the heyday of Black Friday and spending money, man. All right. Go ahead, sis.
I remember a while were out, it was around Christmas time, and we had just, you know how sometimes, like, if you don't have enough money to go somewhere, you'll just stand outside in the parking lot. So that's what we were doing. And then all of a sudden, like, this girl came up with her and a friend, and all of a sudden they were just like, yeah, they started singing that J-Dog song, talking about everybody around them looking like a lick, and talking about pretty much robbing us, like, because it was Christmas time, talking about they need gifts for the kids. You could just hear the conversation.
Yep.
And I just felt so uncomfortable. Like, we need to go. They talk about robbing and everything. But that's what type of spirit. It's like it just makes you feel like you gotta do it, and like you're less than if you don't have these gifts. So you're gonna go out to the streets and like just look at people and look like they got money. So you're gonna talk about robbing. It just really puts the spirit on you, unnecessary strain, and it's very stressful. It puts them in danger when they do stuff like that, because some people are ready for people to approach them and have weapons too, and you're gonna kill them because you're trying to get a gift for you got killed because you tried to get a gift for your children.
Right, man. Listen, man. And with the sister battle was on point. Go ahead, sir.
No, so I just want to add to that, to what both the sisters were saying. Like these holidays bring a spirit on us. You know what I'm saying? Like a spirit like of heaviness. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It is hard. You know what I'm saying? Because people are, well, what am I gonna get for so and so? What am I gonna do for so and so? You know what I'm saying? And it's stressful. And now, you got brothers out there, who we stress about what they're gonna do for their kids.
Mm-hmm.
They think that they gotta do this and that and the third for their children for Christmas. You understand what I'm saying? They feel like they gotta go rob somebody.
Right.
They feel like they gotta go kill somebody for some new J's or something that they relative want.
That's
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or maybe you might be somebody who, my rib is on my neck about Christmas. I gotta get kids I gotta get gifts for the kids, gifts for her. You know what I'm saying? And don't let somebody's birthday be the end of the day.
Right. You're right, man.
Then you gotta do it's now it's double stress. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So now you gotta go broke. You gotta be stressed out, and you know what I'm saying?
Right.
These holidays are hard. They are grievous and hard. You know what I'm saying?
One more thing.
Oh, you good?
Go ahead, sis.
And people, you could tell because how they drive. They cars and how they drive them carts and HEB.
Right.
It's like I don't even like to go in stores around that time because it's like people it's like they want to beat you to the item or stuff.
Right.
They want to beat you to the item and beat you around the aisle, and it's like they don't want to. They see you coming and just keep pushing. It's like a race. It's like have you seen that movie, The Rat Race? It's like a rat race in there, and it's like no respect. And I say, excuse me. And so I feel real disrespected when people can obviously say excuse me and don't, and that's the route of time when really people shows no respect.
Right.
And it's mainly racing to items like last on the shelf type of thing. It's just even in the stores, you just feel that spirit of just rudeness. It's just there, and people really like to avoid it. Even the parking lot is like that. Just going inside, walking near people is like that. It's because they have that spirit on them. And it's like I noticed it because I'm trying to stay away from that.
Yep.
But yeah.
Most time Christ and listen, and what you're saying is on point as well, because it's like what spirit arises during the holiday season is that spirit of mammon, man. Right. Mammon worship, man. Worshiping money and the things that money can buy. Doing it in the name, doing it for the kids, man. Doing it for the kids when you buy them the toys. And then, children have short attention spans, and they thought that they don't even give a damn about the toy a week later, man. After you sacrifice, thousands of dollars of your paycheck, fighting people in the grocery store, fighting people at Best Buy, camping out outside of Best Buy for 24 hours in the cold in a tent. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get the next and latest trend. Listen, man, this is all orchestrated by our oppressor and his gods, man. You know what I'm saying? And listen, during the holiday season, the suicide rates increase.
Right.
The murder rates increase. The violence disputes increase, especially on New Year's Eve. People catch that New Year's Eve spirit and think they can be basically have a clean slate from December 31st into January 1st. Thinking that means something, man. New Year, new me. Dumb, man. Goofy, man. This is idol worship, man. These are pagan deities that we're inviting in our communities, in our homes, man. In the name of the kids, man. You know what I'm saying? We're indoctrinated. We are programmed. We are comfortable. We are fast asleep. You know what I'm saying? And listen, save yourself the headache, man. Save your money, man. And make the decision to put away Christmas and New Year's Eve, man. Choose you this day, man, to put away these pagan gods and put on your culture, man. Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. We challenge you, man, this day to practice these laws, statutes, and commandments, man.
That's right.
We challenge you this day to keep your culture. Regardless of how you feel about it, you keep your culture because it is the law. You know what I'm saying? Thus saith the Lord according to the scriptures, man. Give me let's go to the let's stay in the New Testament. Give me Matthew chapter 10. Where we at? 1 hour in, good timing. Give me Matthew chapter 10 and verse 5. If you could. Matthew chapter 10, verses 5 through 7, man. You got it? Yeah, Hydra, you got it? Go ahead. Matthew 10, verse 5.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 10, verse 5. These 12 Jesus sent forth and commanded them, saying,
Wait. Jesus what?
Jesus sent forth and commanded them, saying,
Go ahead.
Go not into the way of the Gentiles, and into any city of the Samaritans. Enter ye not.
Listen, man. Yahweh Mashiach, Jesus Christ, he commanded his men, you know what I'm saying, to wake up his people, man. He commanded his people, his men, to go out in the world and not mingle, not get distracted by the ways of the Gentiles.
Right.
Or to anyone of the city of the Samaritans, man. He said, enter ye not. What we're talking about here is separation, man. Go ahead.
Like you, sir. Keep dropping this blazing spirit that you got on you, sir. You know what I'm saying? I want to give you that right quick. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? The scripture that you just pulled is heavy.
Slap real quick. Ain't shit. Slap.
Hey, I ain't shit either, but I want to touch bases on what the Spirit of Christ was trying to tell the Israelites as a whole. You know what I'm saying? Go not into the ways of Samaritans. So that means also go not into the ways of the Egyptians. Go not into the ways of the Greeks. All right, we celebrating the Feast of Dedication because our people follow the ways of the Greek, man.
That's right.
That's why the scriptures just say neither Greek nor Jew. All right. So what we should be focusing on is this challenge, man. Go not into the ways of the daughter of Babylon. All right. This so-called America that we live in today, man. Go not into the ways of the heathen nation, man.
Right. Most High in Christ, man. Give it up. You know what I'm saying? We are commanded to not go into the ways of these other nations. You know what I'm saying? Look at the so-called Chinese guy, man. They have their own Chinatowns in every major city, man. Because they have walls, they have gates.
Right.
They have civil allegiances, which say this is what we call Chinese and this is what we don't call Chinese, man. So this is what we accept amongst us. This is us and this is other, man. This is us, this is Chinese. This is the spirit of China, and this is those other nations, man. The Israelites, Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, you know what I'm saying? We have forfeited our walls. Like the scriptures say, the gates of thereof languish, man. Our leadership has failed us. You know what I'm saying? The only righteous leadership for Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans is here in the ISUPK under commanding General Yohana, man. We are the righteous gates, man. You know what I'm saying? We are the doors, man. We are the judges. You know what I'm saying? We hold our people up to a standard. We hold our people accountable for the ways that they live, man. Give me Give me a Matthew chapter 10 and verse 6, man. Christ said, go not into the way of the Gentiles and into any city of the Samaritans. He said, enter ye not. But who did Christ say to go to, man? Who did Christ give a damn about, man? Who was Christ, Yahweh Shai Mashiach's target audience, man? Who did he make sacrifices for? You know what I'm saying? What did he live for, man? What does verse 6 say?
Verse 6. But go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
To go to who?
The lost sheep of the house of Israel.
Christ said, go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel, the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. Go to blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. Go to your corner, man. Go to your people. What Christ was teaching was separation, man. Christ understood the kingdom, man. He understood what the populace of the nation of Israel was supposed to be built around, man. Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. You know what I'm saying? He was commanding us to be separate. He identified us as the lost sheep. We have gone astray for over 400, 500 years of oppression and slavery, rape, robbing, and murdering, indoctrination. You know what I'm saying? Trimming our ways. We have become lost sheep, gone astray, looking for leadership in other nations, looking for guidance from pagan deities, pagan gods, pagan holidays, pagan feast days, man. We are the lost sheep, and we are a stiff-necked people as well, man.
Right.
Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, listen, man. We here in the ICPK, these ordained priests and prophets, man, we have our work cut out for us, man. Because niggas, spicks, and redskins, we are stiff-necked people, man. We are asleep. We are comfortable. Our heels are grounded, man. We've been living a lifestyle for 400, 500 years, and we're not about to change for no goddamn body, man.
Word.
We are stiff-necked, man. Many are called, but few are chosen, man. I better hearken unto the voice of these ordained priests and prophets, man.
Yes.
Because we're not teaching anything different that Christ didn't teach, man. Yahweh Shai Mashiach, Jesus Christ, he hearkened unto the voice of Moses and the elders, man. From Deuteronomy 27:1, man, the first scripture we brought out. Christ said, go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Yahweh, we know that these are Christ's words, because what color are the words in the book?
Red, sir.
They are red, man. Straight from Christ's spirit to his voice box to the printed pages in this Bible, man. The 1611 King James Version of the Bible, man. It belongs to blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. Israelites, the lost sheep. Give me verse 7.
Verse 7. And as ye go, preach, saying, the kingdom of heaven is at hand.
The kingdom of what?
The kingdom of heaven is at hand.
Listen, man. The kingdom of heaven resides in us, man. The kingdom of heaven resides when there's a congregation, a church of Israelites, man. That's what church means, man. Church means a congregation of Israelites, a congregation of blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. We make up the kingdom.
Right.
We put respect on the kingdom when we keep our culture. We honor our kingdom when we keep the law, statutes, and commandments, because keeping our culture is the law. And we shame our kingdom when we break the law. We shame our kingdom when we eat pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. We shame our kingdom when we kill our brothers out in these streets, man. When we steal from our brothers in these streets. When we celebrate Thanksgiving, man. When we dishonor our brothers and sisters from the tribe of Gad, man. When we celebrate Saturnalia, man. So-called Christmas. We break the law, statutes, and commandments, man. And we piss on our kingdom, man. Got to use strong words. Make sure y'all are awake, man. Because the Most High is a jealous. We serve a living, jealous power, man. And he's holding us accountable. We are given these laws, statutes, and commandments, and no other nation, man. Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, you are bound to these laws, statutes, and commandments written in the Bible.
Right.
And we're going to teach these scriptures, man. Precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little and there a little, man. We do not teach any private interpretations of our culture here in the ISUPK under Commanding General Yohana, man. We're not Christians back here. You know what I'm saying? I'll say it one more time. The ISUPK is not affiliated with no other Hebrew Israelite group, man. I better understand that.
That's right.
Give me Matthew chapter 5 and verse 14. Take a deep breath, man. Hey, man, ISUPK awesome, man. The work never stops. We don't get comfortable back here, man. Listen, when the class is over with, when the live stream goes off, listen, the nation of Israel is still at work, man. There's still work to be done. These candles are still burning. You know what I'm saying? Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, the laws, statutes, and commandments are still applicable because the earth is still beneath us and the sky is still above us, man. Not one jot or one tittle shall be made null, man. There's work to be done. And we are held accountable for practicing our culture. We are held accountable for keeping our culture, for keeping the law. Whoever has to, give me Matthew chapter 5 and verse 14.
Come on. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 14.
Listen, man, we're about to bring out Matthew 5, 14 through 16. And we're about to teach you all the words of Christ because they are written in the Bible. And what color are these words, sir?
They are red.
They are red, man. Listen to the voice of Christ. What did he say, sir? Verse 14.
Ye are the light of the world.
Ye are the what?
The light of the world.
Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. Ye are what?
The light of the world.
Go ahead.
A city that is set on an hill cannot be hid.
Listen, man. Israelites. In the words of our camp leader, Officer One Yala, man, 5,000. Israelites are what's happening, man.
Right.
We are the salt. You know what I'm saying? We set the trends. We are the international standard, the worldwide standard for every goddamn thing, man.
Right.
We invent every goddamn thing. We're the best dressed. Our sisters cook the best. We make the best music. We write the best poetry, man. You know what I'm saying? We act out the most iconic performances in theater, man. Shakespeare was a black man, man.
Right.
We excel at every sport, man. We are more than just athletes and entertainers, man. We do that well too, man. We invented the light bulb. It was sisters that sent our oppressor into outer space, man. Compute hers, man. They wrote a book about it. Listen, man, I need to look into this, but y'all know the franchise, The Matrix. It was that whole series was written by a black woman.
That's right.
And the so-called Wachowski brothers, which is, I think they were both brothers, but one of them had a sex change.
Yeah, exactly. You're saying it right. Yeah.
They took the copyrights and said that they wrote The Matrix, man.
Right.
And the sister sued them and got like $1 billion lawsuit. We're not talking about that, man. A brother built the super soaker, Salaki. You know what I'm saying? We are the spearheaders of all the frontier sciences, man. You know what I'm saying? We are the salt of the earth. You know, another thing I learned, I think this is from General Yohana. The word matrix is in the Bible.
That's right. Matrix, right.
And he told me this is the words of General Yohana behind me. He said the matrix it's a woman's vagina. Good night.
Early speaking.
Thus saith the Lord according to the scriptures. Good night. Listen, man. Matthew 5 and 14. Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. We are the light of the world, man. You know what I'm saying? We are a special people, man. A separate people. You know what I'm saying? We can't. Wait, come on, yeah. One moment, you know. We can't. We can't hide. We can't downplay. Salaki, if y'all could.
Hey, Salaki.
You know what I'm saying? Black Latinos and Native Americans, man. We can't hide our glory, man. Our culture has to be shared. It has to be displayed. You know what I'm saying? It has to be honored. Because it is given to us and nobody else, man. We are the light of the world, man. We are the salt, man. We can't downplay our culture. We can't trim our ways like we taught in Jeremiah 2:33. We gotta stop trimming our ways. We gotta start passing on our culture to our children and our children's children, man. Our nieces and nephews, man. We're a beautiful people, man. Give me verse 15, sir.
Come on, verse 16, 15. Neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel, but on a candlestick.
They put it on a what?
A bushel.
Go ahead.
But on a candlestick.
But on a what?
A candlestick.
Listen, we rock our culture. You know what I'm saying? We practice our feast days in person, live and in the flesh, on camera. And we put it on a candlestick, man.
That's right.
We put respect in our culture, man. We are no cowards back here. We respect our culture. We love it, man. We honor it, man, because it belongs to us and nobody else. We are the salt of the earth, man. This belongs to us. And we are the Jews, man. And Jews means more than just the tribe of Judah, man. It means the whole nation of Israel.
Right.
We are not Jewish.
That's right.
We are the real thing, goddammit. We are not Jewish.
That's right.
We celebrate the Feast of Dedication, Hanukkah, man. I don't know what the so-called Jewish man is doing over there in the Mediterranean, man, but I want him out of our land, goddammit.
Right.
That belongs to us, man. The so-called Middle East over there by the Mediterranean Sea, that's where we should be right now, man. Flourishing, blossoming, man. Ruling the whole planet. But Israelites, man, we didn't keep our culture, man. We didn't keep the law. We forfeited. We forfeited our value, man. We downplayed our value. Christ said we are the light of the world, man. We are the salt. But like verse 15, man, we did the opposite of Matthew 5:15, man. You know what I'm saying? We got a candle and we put it underneath the table, man. We lit a candle. We honored our culture, but we acted like cowards, man. And we downplayed its value and its significance. But Christ said, neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel, but on a candlestick. And what?
And it giveth light unto all that are in the house.
When a Black, Latino, a Native American man, woman, or child owns their culture and expresses it with no shame, it what? Giveth light.
Giveth light unto all that are in the house.
Listen, man, when we put respect and own and take back our culture, not only are we keeping the law,
giveth light unto all that are in the house.
we're giving light unto all that are in our presence, man. And our presence is unmistakable, man. All the other nations see us. All the other nations. There's 18 nations on the planet, man. The nation of Israel is supposed to be ruling over all of them, man. But all 17 nations, they see us. They know who we belong to. They know who the Bible is written for. They know that the law, statutes, and commandments belong to us and us only, man. Our law, statutes, and commandments is what gives us the salt. You know what I'm saying? And when we practice our culture, it gives light to all those around us, man. It's an unmistakable presence, man. They know there's something special and peculiar about us, man. They know, all the other nations know that there is something separate and powerful and glorious. There's something royal about a Black man who owns his culture, man. There's something royal about a Latino man, a Native American man, a woman, man, who knows their identity, man, who understands who the identity thief is first, and understands that these scriptures are written for them, man. We're practicing our culture here in the ISUPK, man. We're teaching our people, Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, who the scriptures were written for. We're teaching our people our culture, man, because it is the law. We don't have a choice, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, choose you this day, life or death, man. Choose you this day, blessings or curses, man. Choose you this day, your culture or the ways of these heathens, man. When you don't choose your, when you're not, if you don't choose your culture during this so-called holiday season, you're choosing to be broke. You're choosing to be, you know what I'm saying, going through wars and battles at Best Buy and these grocery stores, bumping carts. You know what I'm saying? Bumping into cars in the parking lot, getting in fights, domestic violence, catching bullets, depression, loneliness. Listen, man, our people have no excuse for being lonely, man, because we have the ISUPK, man.
Right.
And our doors are open 24/7, 365, man. You know what I'm saying? At any hour of the day, you can call a priest for a scripture breakdown, for counsel, someone to talk to. Listen, man, I only got 2 hours of sleep last night. I was up till 5 a.m, man.
Yes.
Trying to put together videos on TikTok and YouTube for our people, man. Because that's how I found out about the truth, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, we take our offices seriously, man. We take this anointing seriously. Our people are looking for a home, man. They're looking for their culture. They're looking for a corner to go to, man. And listen, we're in the midst of World War III, Israel, Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. Omicron is here. Make no mistake, man. And plugging into the metaverse isn't going to save you from the plagues, man. Go ahead.
So you had said something that made me think about something. Am I the only one who noticed that mainly Blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians get hit by stray bullets and drive-by shootings? It's like I really don't hear about any other heathens or nothing getting hit by drive-by or stray bullets and stuff like that. It's just like magically happens to be directed to the 12. It ain't really magically, you know what I'm saying? It's like really don't hit heathens, you know. It's like
Right.
a Judite or Israelite or Gadite or somebody that's always getting hit by,
Right.
or at the end of this, like a gunshot or just a stray bullet.
Right.
Yeah.
Listen.
It's always like they're the innocent bystander. It's like, but you're really not so innocent because you were probably partaking in it or something. You know, God knows. You know.
Go ahead.
I saw an article of an Israelite who got shot eating Thanksgiving.
By a stray bullet. I saw that too.
So see, he's technically guilty in God's eyes, but to us, it's like, yeah, he was just so very evil.
Yep.
You know, but it's like, no, it was getting deeper than that. It was separated. You know, we were cursed, part of the curses.
That's right. Exactly. What you're saying is right. And listen, man, maybe I'm wrong for saying this, but I think I read somewhere that the statistics are off, man. They say that Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, we commit more crimes, but our oppressor actually has more higher rates of murder amongst his own people, man.
All right.
And listen, what you're saying, I'm gonna get you real quick. But what you're saying, sis, what I was thinking while you were saying that, that's a myth, because that's something that they want us to believe. Because when we watch a lot of these movies, especially these horror movies, the first person to always get killed or murdered is always a brother or a Mexican or an Israelite, period, man. That's the conditioning that they want us to keep, man. The trauma. They don't want us to have any heroes in the mainstream media and movies and TV, man. They want us to dwell in a spirit of less than, a spirit of death. Like we're first to be killed off. So we're so-called at the bottom of the barrel, man. Listen, man, it ain't magic. It's the curses, man. Our oppressors do not want to see us take back our culture. Our oppressors don't want us. I need to make listen. I'm getting all these ideas. I need to make another class. Listen, the mass media, you know what I'm saying? They do everything they can to not promote that Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans are royal, man. We're supposed to be rolling over the earth.
Right.
And they want to poison our spirits by killing us off first thing in the movies, man. They want to kill us off, break our spirits by making us sidekicks, mascots. Less than, man. We can't be the heroes. You know, so we have to hang on the heroes' coattails, man. We can't get the woman at the end of the movie, man. The victory music doesn't play for a Black, Latino, and Native American, man. And if we do play the leading role like Blade, we got to be a goddamn vampire, a prince of the darkness, something evil, something tarnished. Is that how it worked? Blade got bit by an oppressor? Goddamn. You know what I'm saying? They make us out to be animals, man. I remember, listen, I took a lot of media studies courses in college. I'm going to get you real quick. I remember we did a, you know what I'm saying? They want, listen, the oppressor knows what he's doing, man. They had, what's his name, Kevin Garnett, some NBA promo. They had him climbing out of a basketball like an egg. Like he's a monster, like some creature, some reptilian, evil, demonic animal, man. They want us to look like monkeys, man. I saw the promo for the King Kong movie. They had LeBron James holding on to the white woman, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gotta, you know what I'm saying, understand that they're pulling the wool over our eyes, man. You can't just take mass media for face value, man. You can't just watch TV and movies and accept everything for face value, man. Everything is programmed, man.
Right.
It's a program. Our oppressors, I'll say it in a minute. Our oppressors, they kill themselves at higher rates than us, man. Don't be fooled, man. We are a compassionate people at the end of the day, man. We know better in our spirit, man. Who had a question?
If I could, sir. If you look at the movies and the superheroes today, say Black Panther, for instance, what happened to that actor? Anybody?
And they not casting the film.
Man, the dude is dead.
Dude died.
Right. Sloppy, sir. There is nothing that the Israelites can do without the Most High, man.
Right.
You need to come up under this banner behind this priest.
That's right.
That's what you need to do. Fall under Commander Juliana because he falls under these laws, has commandments. And all the men below him follow the men above him, man. That's how this works. It's not a game. It's not statistics. It's not a ritual. All right? It's not shenanigans. This is the truth. This is a home of the truth. Either you want it or you want death in that casket like that Black Panther casket, man.
Right. Damn right. Go ahead, sis.
It makes me so upset because I see some of these characters and I'm like, if it was really us, like it wouldn't even be a movie half the time. It wouldn't even be that part half the time. It's like we sort of know when to like turn away or like for the most part not go somewhere. It's like we don't investigate all those sounds. What's that they portray us like dumb, like we know not to go, like who's there? You know, they just make us seem like we just, and then nobody would really do that. We know we will all run and then ask what was that noise. You
Right.
know, they make it seem like we're just so curious and we're gonna go investigate and throw ourselves on the line, and all of a sudden we tripping and falling and not knowing what to do. It really upsets me, the character they make us out in these movies. Knowing half the time we wouldn't even be on no ship going that far or anything
Right.
like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
They just play us like, okay, we the first one to volunteer, just, you know, we just gonna be the good Samaritan and let me go first, you know?
The happy slave, man. The willing slave, man. Listen, man. They kill us off as like a spiritual sacrifice, man. You know what I'm saying? To keep the trauma going, man. To remind us that like the oppressor's kingdom can't be sustained unless Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans are oppressed or being killed off, man. Like sacrificial lambs, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna post an article which just reminded me you were saying like our on Facebook. That's why I had to write it down. Like the Blade movie franchise, it actually saved the Marvel Corporation from going into bankruptcy, man.
Right.
You remember that?
And then he went into bankruptcy for doing it.
What's his name?
If it weren't for Blade, a black superhero was a vampire, an evil entity, Marvel wouldn't be a company today, man. They're making money off our oppression, man.
Right.
We're making money off our tarnishing our reputation by spitting on us, man. Listen, man, our oppressor keeps his knee on our necks in more ways than one, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's big business for them and all the other nations, man. You got a question, sis? Listen, man. Let me go back to Matthew 5 and 15. I had a point to bring out, man. I forgot who had it. Matthew chapter 5, verse 15.
I got it. Select.
Go ahead, sir. Select.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 15. Neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel, but on a candlestick, and it giveth light unto all that are in the house.
Listen, when an Israelite, a so-called Black, Latino, and Native American, or so-called niggas, spick and wetback, takes back their culture, takes back their identity. Listen, man, it's something to be seen, man. We have an unmistakable presence about us, man. Listen, we're in the midst of the holiday season. And listen, if you get invited to the Christmas party, so-called Christmas party, and they're serving, pork at the banquet, you know what I'm saying? Have no shame, man. Gird your loins and have some courage. Put some respect in your culture, and say, I don't eat pork.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna pass on the shrimp ceviche, man. I'm gonna pass on the lobster tails. I know we're in the spirit of Christmas. We're at the Christmas party, man. But guess what? I don't eat that. Why?
Right.
Why? You tell them, man. You put your culture on the candlestick and you say, no, I'm an Israelite. No, I'm a priest. I'm an Israelite priest, man. And it's not a part of my culture to eat those things. They are unlawful, man. I'll pass. What other options do you have? And that's you keeping your commandments. 1 John 5 and 3 said, in doing that, going out of your way to let people know that you're an Israelite, walking and rocking your fringes out in public, your dawadas, that's you letting them know that you're going to keep your culture. You're going to keep your laws, and it's not grievous. It's not going to kill you to let somebody know, hey, I don't eat pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster because I'm an Israelite. I'm from the tribe of Judah. I'm from the tribe of Issachar. I'm from the tribe of Naphtali. I'm from the tribe of Gad, Reuben. I'm an Israelite according to the scriptures, man. I'll pass. What else you got on the menu, man? It's not grievous, man. Put some respect on your culture and put it on the candlestick, man. And let people know with no shame. I'm an Israelite, goddammit.
Right.
And we're in the midst of the Feast of Dedication, man. Hanukkah, man. You let them know I just came from class. You know what I'm saying? We lit up a menorah, man. This is me. This is my culture. This is what we do, man. We don't celebrate Christmas, man. You got to move circumspect, man. You got to be wise in this world. But Lord be with you, man. You are bound and held accountable to keep your culture, which is the law, man. You know what I'm saying? And another point on verse 15, you know what I'm saying? When you tell people about your culture, whether they are Israelites or not, or heathens, you are confessing who your king is, Yahweh Shai Mashiach. You're confessing that Christ, you're confessing Christ before men. You know what I'm saying? Don't cover up the truth. Don't be ashamed. Don't be ashamed to rock your culture, man, to rock fringes, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't be ashamed. Don't half step. Don't be a coward, man. When it comes to being an Israelite, 24/7, 365, man. Because that's the way it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? And being an Israelite is not grievous. That's your challenge for you, for all of those who are listening. Go ahead, sis.
That's what I made. I actually there was something I got from Ruby yesterday. I actually told myself I was gonna make a quote off of it, but since you brought it up, I'm going to say it. It was a part that came up in the elderly woman. She asked her, they drank coffee. So she asked her, how does she, she didn't even ask her how she liked her coffee. She just asked her a question. And the woman gave her like a lukewarm answer. So she gave her some lukewarm coffee. And then she drank it. She was like, do you like your coffee cold? She was like, no, mine is hot. And then she said, well, I was, letting the Lord know that the Lord doesn't like his coffee cold either. It's either people like their coffee hot or cold, but not room temperature, So that's pretty much what's the point that the elderly woman was proving to her, like the Most High God wants you to be either all the way hot or all the way cold.
Damn right.
There's no straddling the fence, no in between, or no, I'm not over there, I'm gonna do my own thing, because your own thing is still in between. It's in between Satan and, well, it really is Satan. You're thinking you're not on his team, but if you're not on God's team, then you're on the opposed team.
Right, that's
But
right.
yeah, most definitely.
Listen, man. When you want to serve your God, when you want to put on your culture, you can't be lukewarm, man. You can't be no half stepper in this truth. You know what I'm saying? You're either in the home of the truth or you're on the outside. You know what I'm saying? We are no cowards. We have no excuses. No cowards, no excuses. We are no hypocrites when it comes to practicing our culture, man. You're either piping hot or you're cold, man. You know what I'm saying? And when you ride the fence, when you're sometimey, when you're lukewarm, people can see it. You're telling on yourself. You're either 10 toes in this truth. You're either 10 toes on the side of Christ, a dark-skinned brother from the tribe of Judah, or you're somebody who can't be trusted, man. You're somebody who leaves the door open for Satan. You're someone who leaves the door open for other doctrines, man, for other pagan practices, man. You leave the door open to practice to be friends with these other nations, man. To have that one Chinese friend, man, that one African friend, man. Hell no, man. You can't be a half-stepper, man. You're either piping hot or you're cold, man. Choose you this day to practice these laws, statutes, and commandments. Choose you this day, man, because we are all held accountable for them if you're an Israelite, a Black, Latino, and Native American, man. Not one jot or one tittle shall be made null according to these scriptures, man. As long as there's earth beneath us and the heaven and the sky above us, we have a culture to keep. We're held accountable for, man. And we hold our people accountable here in the ISUPK under Commanding General Yohana, man. No half-steppers, man. Listen, if you're a half-stepper, you're telling on yourself, man. You're going to be exposed, man. No cowards, man. Listen, give me we're still at 15. Don't cover. Give me a verse 16. Were you reading, sir? You still reading, sir?
Yeah, I got you.
Matthew chapter 5 and verse 16.
Verse 16. Let your light so shine before men.
Let your what?
Your light so shine before men.
Let your culture.
Let your light so shine before men.
And one more time. Let these laws, statutes, and commandments. Go ahead.
Let your light so shine before men.
All right.
That they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven.
Most High in Christ, man. Those are the words of Christ, man. Hawashad Mashiach, man. Let the truth shine, man. Let your culture be known.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Explain to people, whether they're Israelites or not, explain to them the dietary laws and why you refrain from eating pork, shrimp, and crab and lobster, according to Leviticus chapter 11. Man. Don't be ashamed or afraid of your culture. You know what I'm saying? Listen, the Lord loves it when you're unashamed, man. The Lord loves it. The Most High, Yahweh, He loves it. You know what I'm saying? When you represent Him, man, righteously.
So, like, if I may.
Go ahead.
I want to ask what the priest is bringing out, man. What the priest is bringing out is super heavy, right? Because what Christ is, what people don't, especially Christians, man, they don't understand that what Christ is saying, He's saying right out of the Old Testament.
Right.
You understand? Like Christ wasn't reading from Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Right. He was reading from the Old Testament. So let me show you something what Christ is saying, right? With the scripture, the precept that the priest just brought out. It says, "Let your light so shine before men,
right,
that they may see your good works." Now, where have you heard that before? Right? When you go to the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4, right? You can go start at the 6th verse, right? It says, "Keep therefore and do them," right? Speaking of the commandments. You understand? Moses is telling the children of Israel, so-called Black Hispanics and Native Americans, to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. It says, "Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations."
That's right.
"Which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this is a great nation." Surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people.
Right.
For what nation is there so great, who hath God so nigh unto them, as the Lord our God is in all things that we call upon him for. You see what I'm saying? So we keep the law, statutes, and commandments. This is what we're doing in the sight of all men and all nations, man.
Right.
And we are the nations that have wisdom and understanding. You know what I'm saying? So like I just want to answer that, please.
Most time, hey, give it up real quick for Officer Naquad 500, man. You know what I'm saying? Most time, crash. Would you have to say, sis?
Yes, that was when we were talking about hot and cold. I actually thought of a scripture in 2nd Ezra 7:7. If you mind reading that.
Go ahead.
2nd Ezra 7:7 through 9.
What's it say, sis?
Okay, it says, the entrance therefore is narrow and is set in a dangerous place to fall, like as if there were a fire on the right hand and on the left hand of deep water, and one only path between them both, even between the fire and the water, so small that there could but one man go there at once. And I was pulling this to, sometimes we have to be an example for, people who are watching, and this is, mimicking the law, statutes, and commandments, and they see your good works.
Right.
This is that path. When you're on that path, it's like one behind the other. There is no broad gate where you're all going to walk in hand, all side by side. It's pretty much like a single file line.
Right.
In the last verse I made, it says, if this city now were given unto a man for an inheritance, if he never shall pass through the danger set before it, how shall he receive his inheritance? So it's like we have to go through these trials, but it's a possibility that we can walk straight through without falling in the fire nor in the water.
Right.
And this is the only time I feel like when we can stay, on a neutral, not hot, not cold, but we can stay on a straight path, which is a metaphor.
Right.
Speaking of the works,
Damn right, sis. Yeah, what the sis brought out was on point. Listen, man. Now more than ever, listen. Holding on to your culture until Christ returns, enduring to the end, it's not going to be easy, man. It's going to be like walking a tightrope, man. It's like walking a tightrope, keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments, man. It's an everyday battle, man. It's an everyday sacrifice. It's an everyday commitment. You can't get lax, man. Because the path is wide to be led astray for you to go on to these other nations, man. The path is wide, man. And Satan knows what he's doing, man. He'll deliver the perfect package to your doorstep and say, listen, just do Christmas just this year, man. Just do New Year's Eve just this year, man. Just practice, just celebrate your birthday just one more time, man, and then get into the truth, man. Just finish this bag of weed, man. Finish that last pack of cigarettes, man. And then come into the truth, man. That's the demon of procrastination. That's the demon of nostalgia. The demon of being comfortable. You know what I'm saying? That's the broad way. But you got to prove something to the Most High, man. And the Lord loves it when you make that sacrifice and you understand that the commitment that it takes, man, to walk that narrow way, to walk on the tightrope, to understand that there's fire on one side and raging waters on the other side, man. He sees your good works, man. Everything is reported in Jacob's ladder, man. Jacob's ladder is a 24-hour surveillance system, man. These angels are telling everything. You know what I'm saying? These angels know whether you're in the home of the truth or not. The angels know when you're half-stepping or not. They know what you're doing and know what you're not doing, man. You know what I'm saying? But choose you this day, these laws, statutes, and commandments. Choose you this day the challenge of practicing all 613 laws, statutes, and commandments, man. Choose you this day, man. And the Lord loves it when you make that sacrifice, man. And you're doing it for a reward, man. You owe it to him. Because you live your whole life being a sinful, evil, wicked person, man. Everyone deserves death, man. When you're given this truth, don't piss on it, man. Put some respect on it, man. Own your culture, man, and put it on a candlestick, man, and carry it everywhere you go, man. And light up the world and let them know I am a goddamn Israelite, man. I keep my culture. I go to classes on the ISGPK under Commanding General Yohana, man. I honor rank and order, man. I report to the man above me. I report to my Ottawa, my husband, man. know what I'm saying? I report to the higher ranking man above me. I listen to their orders, man. I listen to class. And when an ordained priest and prophet tells me to not celebrate Christmas, New Year's Eve, I'm not going to do it. When an ordained priest and prophet, an officer in the ICPK says I can't smoke weed, I can't smoke cigarettes, I can't get drunk and act a fool in these streets, I can't sleep with whores, you know what I'm saying? I can't have sleep with women and put them away. I'm going to honor that, man, because I am an Israelite. You know what I'm saying? And I want to keep the law. And I don't want Christ's work to be done in vain, man. I'm going to honor my king. I'm going to honor his voice. I'm going to learn from his words, which are written in red in our Bible, man. The 1611 King James Version of the Bible, only written for Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, Israelites, man. The Bible is a manual for warfare and cultural preservation, man. It is also a book of science, man. I better get into class. Quit BSing on the other side of the camera, being comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Riding the fence, sitting on the bench, smoking weed and cigarettes, tuning into ISP classes, thinking you're doing something, thinking you got the spirit of brotherhood and sisterhood. You are a coward, man. You're a lukewarm coward, man. You can't be trusted, man. We don't need you among us, man. We only want diehard, committed people who give a damn about Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. Who give a damn about their king, man. This is the home of the truth. Listen, if you have any doubts, ask us questions, man, because that's what we do. We're not out here trying to bash our people and make them feel bad about themselves. We're just trying to wake each other up. Understand there is consequences for and not practicing your culture. You got to keep your culture because it is the law. That's the title of today's class, man. Listen, verse 16 said, let your light, so you got it? Go ahead. From the top of the time.
All right. Verse 16. Matthew chapter 5, verse 16. Let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven.
Listen, man. You aren't living your culture just for yourself if you're Black, Latino, and Native American, man. You are living your culture because you have changed. You have repented, man. They don't practice repentance in the Christian church, man. Repentance requires permanent change. You're either hot or you're cold. Repentance is not being lukewarm. And that's why a lot of people on the outside looking in, a lot of other so-called Hebrew Israelites got a problem with the ISUPK. Because they don't want to believe that there's hardcore brothers and sisters who give a damn about their nation, who give a damn about their culture, who give a damn about all 613 laws, statutes, and commandments, man. They don't want to believe that, man. They don't want to believe there's people out there who give a damn about their culture, who will hold themselves up to a standard of accountability that we do here in these gates, man, in this school on the commanding General Yohana, man. You aren't living your culture for yourself. You're living your culture because you have made the sacrifice and changed permanently, man. You are to honor your new name and not your old self. I'm Precinct Officer Rosanna Yash. Who I was in the world, I'm trying to kill that nigga off ASAP, man. Any remnants of him, man. To hell with him. I am Precinct Officer Rosanna Yash. That is the name I am ordained with, man. And that's the name I want to carry into the kingdom, man. To be an honorable man, man. If you're a Black, Latino, and Native American in the ISUPK, your whole lifestyle is a precept, man. And you can't be a hypocrite. Like I told you before, man, if you're being a hypocrite, if you're being a half-stepper, if you're being lukewarm, you're going to be exposed, man.
Right.
And all the other diehard brothers around you and diehard sisters around you are going to see you. That's right. Everything done in the dark will be brought to light, man.
That's right.
You can't hide, man. Give me 1 Peter chapter 4 and verses 4 through 6. I got a few more and I'll be done. We're still on good time. We might be 2 hours and 15 minutes in, but this is heavy. These are scriptures that our camp leader, shout out to Officer One Yalla 5,000. You know what I'm saying? I spoke to him before we had class today, man. He dropped some wisdom on me, man. 1 Peter chapter 4 verses 4 through 6. First Peter 4.
You know you ready.
You got it?
Come.
Go ahead.
This is First Peter chapter 4, verse 4. Wherein they think it strange that ye run not with them to the same extent of riot, speaking evil of you.
Salakia. Are you in KJV? Most Salakia. So I misread. So go to start from the top. First Peter chapter 4, verse 4.
Come. First Peter chapter 4, verse 4. Wherein they think it strange that ye run not with them.
Hold on, man. Who are they, man? Who are the they? Who are the them? Go ahead, sis. Most High in Christ, man. They think it's strange. When you're in the ICPK, when you made the commitment to honor your new Hebrew name, to honor your culture, to listen to the men above you, to stay tuned into classes, they think it's strange. They think it's strange that ye run not with them to the same excess of riot. You know what I'm saying? Like, how come you ain't coming with us to the truck, to hot box, man? You know what I'm saying? How come you're not coming with us to 6th Street to rage, man? To act a fool. You know what I'm saying? To revel in drunkenness. You know what I'm saying? To meet up at the spot after hours, man. At that hotel room. Doing vile carnal things, man. How come you're not going to the Christmas party and eating pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster? You know what I'm saying? How come you're not going to the New Year's Eve party? Wasting your money, burning your money on fireworks, man. What's wrong with you? You different. You look them in the eye and say, you damn right I'm different, man. Because I've separated my spirit from this nation, man. I am an Israelite. I'm held accountable to my culture. I'm held accountable to the law, statutes, and commandments, man. They think you are strange. Wherein they think it strange that ye run not with them to the same excess of riot. Go ahead.
Come. Verse 4. Wherein they think it strange that ye run not with them to the same extent of riot.
Excess of riot.
That's like it. To the with them to the same excess of riot.
Go ahead.
Speaking evil of you.
Speaking evil of you, man. You're out here living a righteous lifestyle, man. Honoring your culture. Abiding with the law, statutes, and commandments. I mean, they look at you like you're evil. Like, what's wrong with you? You know what I'm saying? That's division, man. That's how you. That's when you know you separate your spirit out of the U.S., the so-called USA. That's how you know you're separating your spirit out of the nation of Babylon, man. The whore of Babylon. They look at you like you're strange. How come you ain't getting with the program, man? How come you're not just eating the pork and getting along, man? How come you're not trimming your ways to get along, man? And they speak evil of you, man. That just goes to show how ass backwards this world is.
Bro.
They're not. They ain't no heathens trying to learn anything righteous, man. It's a do what thou wilt lifestyle out there in those streets, man. There ain't no brotherhood and sisterhood out there in those streets, man. It's a dog eat dog world out there in those streets, man. And they look at righteous brothers and sisters like we're evil, man. Like we're strange. Give me verse 5.
Come. Verse 5. Who shall give account to him that is ready to judge the quick and the dead?
Listen, man. They're gonna talk about you behind your back. They're gonna whisper. They're gonna text about you. They're gonna email about you. They're gonna post about you on social media. Well, guess what? Let them. You know what I'm saying? Because when those people who knew you as the old person, they see how much you've changed and actually repented for a righteous cause in the ICPK, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna tell the angels, man. When they tell on you, the angels are reporting, man. They are bearing witness to your change, and the angels are writing it down, man, and they're reporting up to the Most High, man. They tell the Most High. The people in the world who knew you from the old person, they're witnessing your change, And the angels are reporting reporting what they have witnessed up to the Most High, man. So let them talk, man. You know what I'm saying? What's the saying? No, there's no such thing as bad publicity.
That's right.
Is that what it is?
Right.
Listen, man. Let them bear witness to your change, man. Good.
Right.
Big Poker says, keep my name out your mouth. What I say,
Right. All this pit out the list.
you know what I'm saying? Let them talk, man. Talk about me, man.
Right.
I want you to, man. You know what I'm saying? Listen, we were searching the ICPK and said, we wish you would. In more ways than one, man. Talk about me. Post about me. Let them know, man. Razan Ayash, man. I knew him as such and such in the world, but he's making all these videos and teaching these classes on social media. You know what I'm saying? He's changed his life. Like he's strange. There's something weird about him. Good. I have no control of what anybody says or does, man. Let it be, man. But the Most High delights in the changes that I've made, man. He delights in the sacrifices that we've made, man. You know what I'm saying? Let it be told, man. Give me verse 6.
Come on. Verse 6. For this cause was the gospel preached also to them that are dead,
Right.
that they might be judged according to men in the flesh, but live according to God in the spirit.
Listen, man. Israelite culture, our culture is spiritual, man. You know what I'm saying? And for this cause was the gospel preached also to them which are dead, man. We used to be dead, man. But the gospel was preached unto us. We hearkened unto it. We made the change. We repented. You know what I'm saying? We didn't ride the fence anymore, man. We died to our old selves. We passed from death into life. And our mission in life now in the ICPK is to live out our new Hebrew names, man. To be an honorable man.
Right.
To be clean. To hold fast, man. You know what I'm saying? To honor where we are placed, man. To be warriors and killers, man. Sis, what's your name mean? What does it mean?
Veil.
To be a veil, man. Your sis?
Veil.
Mariah? She knows? Listen, man. She knows. Got him. You know what I'm saying? Like that's our whole new identity, man. Our whole new mission in life is to live out our Hebrew names, which are given to us from the men above us, man.
Right.
It's a glorious thing, man. And when we live out and practice our culture, when we live out and practice our new names, man, we're putting our candle on the candlestick, man, to give light to everybody in the room, man. We're not ashamed to be changed people here in the ICPK. You know what I'm saying? We're not ashamed to be changed Israelites, passed from death into life, man. We keep all 613 laws, statutes, and commandments. We accepted the challenge of taking back our culture and enduring until the end, man. Walking the tightrope, understanding that there's fire in the left and water to the right, man. Raging waters to the right. You know what I'm saying? We ain't no half-steppers in here, man. You're not going to call us hypocrites. You know what I'm saying? We're no cowards back here, man. We are warriors, man. We are committed, man. We're hardcore about this truth, man. Give me verse 10, Matthew 10 and 32. We'll get through this one real quick, and then I'll wrap it up. Matthew chapter 10, verses 32 through 33. You got to listen. We got Officer Tamaki about to read Matthew chapter 10, verses 32 to 33. And these are the words of Christ, because what color are these words, sir?
Rojo.
Rojo. You know what I'm saying? He who has an ear, let him hear, man. Give me Matthew 10 and 32.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 10, verse 32. Whosoever therefore shall confess me before men, him will I confess also before my Father which is in heaven.
Listen, man, when we're not ashamed to honor our King Christ, Yahweh Shai Mashiach, you know what I'm saying? He's sending reports up, man. He's saying, this brother right here, he wants a crown, man. This brother right here, I see the way he moves. I see the sacrifices that he's making. He's hearkening to the voice of the men above him. You know what I'm saying? He's honoring the voice of Moses and the elders, like in Deuteronomy 27 and 1. This brother here wants a crown, man. He's fighting for something, man. He gives a damn about Israelites. He gives a damn about your work, Yahweh, Lord, Adawan. You know what I'm saying? When you confess your King Christ, he's letting that known to the man above him, Yahweh, God himself, man. Give me verse 33, Baba Gashar.
God, verse 33. But whosoever shall deny me
Shall what?
before-
But whosoever what?
But whosoever shall deny me before men, him will I also deny before my Father which is in heaven.
Listen, man, those who deny Christ, listen, those are the half-steppers, man. Those are the lukewarms, man. Those are the cowards. Those are the hypocrites, man. You know what I'm saying? They don't want a crown, man. They ain't about that life, man. They ain't about their culture. They're not about the 613 laws, statutes, and commandments challenge, which we back up and hold our people accountable here in the ICPK under command and General Yohana, man. That brother don't want a crown, man. To hell with him, man. Go ahead.
Like, can you give us some examples of how you could deny Christ?
How you can deny Christ? Listen, you got it? Go ahead.
If I could, I just want to give a few because I know you got the blaze on you, sir.
No, you go ahead.
For example, this is how you deny Christ. By joining IUIC.
Right.
By joining HOI. All right? By celebrating these pagan holidays or giving your power to Joe Biden, Donald Trump, George Bush. I'm going to stop right there. Slide it.
You also deny Christ when you join HON. Hoe-ass niggas. You know what I'm saying? Brothers who ain't 10 toes about this truth, man. Brothers who are in the ICPK, who are not in these doors, man.
That's a little fire, man.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Figs, man. Fake Israelite groups, man. Freestylers, man. Pot smokers, whoremongers, man. You deny Christ, man. You know what I'm saying? This is the home of the truth.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You should be focused on more on how to serve Christ, man. You serve Christ by putting your brick for your nation here in the ICPK, man. By asking questions, staying in the class, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Cooking for your people, planning for the next feast day, man. We're in the middle of Hanukkah, the feast of dedication. Next we had the feast of Purim, and the next we had the Passover, man. So we have brilliant minds here in the ICPK, man. We have businessmen, we have lawyers, mechanics. You know what I'm saying? We are a nation, man. And we are putting our nation together brick by brick, man. Go ahead, sis.
So I had something to say along with what you were just saying about, like, what did you just say, not ways people can deny Christ. Well, I think this might go good with this. It's like the Most High God telling us to have our lamps ready with oil, like in Matthew 25 and verses, let's say 6, where it says, or the one where it says it was like they want the wives that have their lamp. They were like, give me your oil. They saved their oil ready for the Christ. Come up to Matthew 25 and like it starts at 1 through it goes down to like about 10, but it talks about the 10 wives that were supposed to be prepared for the groom and that they had their lamps and their oil, but yet 5 of them were prepared and 5 of them weren't prepared. Well, like the 5 that are prepared is the ISUPK. We're prepared with our lamps and oil, and all of the other camps are like the wives with no oil. So then when they see in the midnight, when they yell out, the bridegroom is coming, then they're going to tell us, oh, can we get your oil? Can we use some of your oil? But we're not going to have enough to light the way. We all have their chance to get our oil. And instead, you sit up here and told us that we're lying and called us names, and now you want to use our oil. I'm sorry, you got to get your own.
Right. Listen, that's sorry, not sorry.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Them sisters who were prepared, they were in the ICPK, man. They were prepared, man. You know what I'm saying? They were ready to put into practice and continue the lineage, man. You know what I'm saying? And to marry their, you know what I'm saying, to honor the duties of marriage. I'm not talking about the bedroom, but just saying, like, you marry amongst your own, man. You marry amongst your nation, and you keep your culture going. You got to stay prepared. And one second, Sister Mariah, you were saying other ways to deny Christ, like when you have an opportunity to feed your people, You know what I'm saying? To clothe your people, to give them a business card, to give them the link, give them the phone call, the phone call, or the phone number to our camp leader, Officer One Yala, or somebody who you meet on, you know what I'm saying, highways and byways. You know what I'm saying? They see how you carry yourself. Like, who are you, sis? So I'm an apprentice in the ISUPK. You know what I'm saying? You direct them to these doors, man, to this banner, to this website, man. Home. You bring them home. You know what I'm saying? You remind them who they are. You know what I'm saying? And you don't say, I don't got time to share that with you. No, man. That's all we got, man. Time is short. We got to share our culture with our people, man. Time is very short, man. We're dying out here in these streets. We're dying from viruses, school shootings. We're in the holiday season right now. You know what I'm saying? Our people are going to be dropping like flies, man. You know what I'm saying? You can't deny our people. We have to wake up. Everyone has their part to play. You know what I'm saying? You can't when we deny our culture, we deny our people. We deny Christ. What you got? Roger.
So like I said, I think it was verse 32. You was talking about the crown, confessing.
Mm-hmm.
I said that to say, like, when you was talking about getting the crown from Christ, I like to think of it as like when you involved in the streets and whatnot, and say you do a crime or whatnot, and you sitting in the courtroom and you get your sentence, and you do your entire time, you don't snitch, and then when you come out, the streets praise you. In the sense, they kind of give you a crown because you sat in there and did the time and didn't snitch because of the crime that you committed.
Right.
And I think that's the wrong type of crown that we're looking at.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If we thought of law, statutes, and commandments and be a real nigga according to Christ, because he was a real nigga and not a real nigga according to the world.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you just follow the law, statutes, and commandments and come back to Christ, then you'll get a real crown that's worth way much more than stuff that's in the world.
That's right. Most High in Christ. Hey, give it up to Triple Yahadra, man. You have something to say?
And you know how like some people say, like I've heard some people say, the game is to be sold and told. Well, I feel like, you know, I'm not being sold this. I feel like I was being sold a lie in church, you know, but like it's like a good sell. You know, it's not like I'm being robbed type of sell. It's more of a beneficial type of sell. You know, some people have there's beneficial sales that you can go by, and there's some sales just are not good. I feel like this is most definitely a beneficial sale, but I don't feel like this is a game, nor is it being sold. You know, it's just being given out. And I feel like this is one test. You know, the Most High God is making it to where He's letting us know that we have a test. The only thing is that we don't know the date. Other than that, He's giving us the answers. He's giving us the tools. He's giving us each way we can break it down. And then Jesus Christ is coming along and say, here's the shortcuts. Here's the there's a doozy over here, and don't go over there. You know, so Most High, He's giving us a test. He's giving us all these tools we can use, and then here comes Jesus Christ with the exact path. So pretty much we just mimic what He did, and then we just follow His clues. How can we fail the test?
Right.
You know.
Damn right. And listen, man, what she's saying is heavy too, because what the scriptures say, when Christ comes back, every knee shall bow.
Right.
When Christ comes back, everybody's gonna know exactly what time it is, man. Everyone's gonna know who our King is, man. Everyone knows that at that time when Christ comes back, there's a new rulership in town, man. There's a new sheriff in town, man, like they say. You know what I'm saying? Everyone's gonna know who the Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans are, Israelites, man. And this is the time to get it together, man. This is the time to not just know about your identity. This is not the time just to know who Christ died for and who the Bible was written for, man. You got to put it into practice, man. You know what I'm saying? Listen, whatever you do, if you're a Black, Latino, or Native American, from now on, you can't sell yourself short. You know what I'm saying? You have to take back your culture, take back these law, statutes, and commandments, man. You know what I'm saying? Like the title of the class, I keep coming back to it, man. Keeping your culture is the law, man. Don't sell your culture short, man. You know what I'm saying? Take back your royalty. Take back your place of rulership over this whole goddamn planet, man. Because it belongs to us, man. We are the Most High's portion. We are His jewelry, man. We are set to be separate, holy, separate from all the other nations, man. Take it back, man. Don't sell yourself short, man. These law, statutes, and commandments are a glorious thing, man. Put on your culture and put it on the candlestick and let it give light to everyone around you in your presence, man. Own it, man. I'm saying we are a peculiar people. It's meant to be that way. Don't be a coward. Be an Israelite, man. Don't be a hypocrite. Be an Israelite. You know what I'm saying? Give me you got something to say?
Bible shop, I want to put a scripture because what you saying is so heavy, sir.
Go ahead.
All right, Most High Christ. This is Hebrews chapter 13. Let me start at 16, Bible shop.
Go ahead.
But to do good and to communicate, forget not. You want to break it down, sir?
Oh, go ahead. That's you.
All right, no sweat. Man, us as Israelites, we don't communicate with each other, man.
Right.
We don't show that brotherhood and that sisterhood, which is a commandment. And that's why we so double-minded and lost and misconfounding these laws and commandments. You need to fall under this ISUPK banner so you can do good and communicate and forget not the feast of dedication. All right? The Purim. You need to communicate with your brothers and sisters, man, so you don't forget these laws, statutes, and commandments.
Right.
Because the verse after this is speaking about the men over you, watch over your souls. So the ISUPK is trying to watch over your soul, man.
That's right.
But it's up to you, man. He that had an ear, let him hear.
Damn right.
Let him hear these laws, statutes, and commandments every day of this so-called year that we know of today, man. Because the Most High don't move like we move. His time ain't on the same time that we on, man. But the time that you need to be on today is the ISUPK time, man.
That's right.
Because we open 25/8, 24/7, this and that, here on and forth, and so on and so forth, man.
That's right.
Wow.
Most High in Christ, man. Hey, give it up to Officer Thamaki, man. That's an ordained priest and prophet right there, man. That's an ordained brother who's ordained to teach these scriptures and wake up the city of Austin, man. Just like Officer Nakwa, man, and myself, Priest and Officer Razana Yash, our camp leader of 5,000, Officer Wanyala, and our Saran, Captain Yatazaka, 10,000, man. We give it them about Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans here in the city of Austin, man. Captain Kahan of 13,000 as well, man. ISUPK gives a damn about the souls of those in the city of Austin and the worldwide, man. You know what I'm saying? Understand that this is your corner, Israelites. This is your home. This is your sanctuary. The only sanctuary for Black, Latinos, and Native Americans is here in the ISUPK. Real quick, give me Matthew 10 and 16.
All right, Most High in Christ. This is the book of Matthew. You said 10 and 16, sir?
Come on, Matthew chapter 10 and 16, man.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 10, verse 16.
Hold on,
Behold.
stop. I'm not trying to soften the blow, man, but I want our people to go hardcore when it comes to owning their culture, man.
Right.
But you got to walk circumspect, man. You know what I'm saying? You can't be a fool out in these streets out there in the world, man. You know what I'm saying? The angels are watching you. You're held accountable. You know what I'm saying? Everything you're doing is being watched and being recorded, man. Don't be a fool, man. Be wise. Walk circumspect. Go ahead.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 10, verse 16. Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves.
Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans are sent as what?
Sheep in the midst of wolves.
What do wolves do, man? They hunt sheep, man. They devour sheep, man. They hunt our steps, man, just like our oppressors, man. You know what I'm saying? We have our culture and these law, statutes, and commandments to protect us, man. But all the other nations, our oppressors, they seek our destruction, man. They seek to deceive us and to distract us from our culture, man. You know what I'm saying? Christ is giving us, you know what I'm saying, the insurance plan right now, man. He's giving us the safeguard. He's dropping wisdom. He's dropping game on us, man. He said, behold, man, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Go ahead.
Come. Be ye therefore wise as serpents.
Wise as who?
Wise as serpents.
Wise as our oppressors.
Wise as serpents.
Wise as these pagans.
Wise as serpents.
Wise as the so-called white man, the Edomites.
Wise as serpents.
Go ahead.
And harmless as doves.
Listen, man. You got to be careful, man. You got to walk with wisdom, man. If you're not sure about something, you know what I'm saying, call your camp leader if you need wisdom about how to conduct yourself out here in this world, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you need assistance on how to conduct yourself at your slavery. I know I did it. In my last slavery, my first slavery, after I came into the truth, I called my camp leader, Officer Awan Yala, man. He gave me this exact scripture, man. You got to walk circumspect, man. You have to give place to context, man. You know what I'm saying? You can't go at your job and start stirring up strife, talking about I'm an Israelite, I don't eat pork, shrimp, and crab and lobster. Like, y'all need to get away from me. Y'all are heathens, y'all are pagans. You know what I'm saying? I'm meant to be separate from all the other nations. Like, don't be a fool, man. You know what I'm saying? Seek the guidance and the counsel of the ordained priests and prophets and officers in the ICPK, man. You gotta understand the language of our oppressors. You can't be simple out here in these streets. You have to be wise as serpents. Understand how our oppressors move, how they communicate, how they talk, man. You know what I'm saying? There is something to there is something to be said about having street smarts, man. You know what I'm saying? But you have to be harmless as doves, man. You have to be innocent, man. You have to dot your I's and cross your T's. You know what I'm saying? When you come into the ICPK, like I told earlier, man, your whole lifestyle is a precept, man. And the way that you conduct yourself in this school, you know what I'm saying? You're a representation of this banner. You're a representation of the hard work that Command and General Yohana put in from 1969, man. Don't piss on it, man. Don't tarnish it. Don't risk it. You know what I'm saying? You can't be a hypocrite, man. You know what I'm saying? It's walking a tightrope. It ain't easy. You know what I'm saying? But it's easy to fall back. It's easy to take the broad path. You know what I'm saying? Honor your culture. Honor the work of your king, Yahweh Shai Mashiach, man. Seek wisdom. Seek counsel, man. And be wise as serpents, man. A lot of us come from the world. We learn the ways of the world. You know what I'm saying? But that can only get you so far. If anything, to give you protection. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing to be street smart, and it's another thing to be smart and educated in these scriptures, man. This is the Israelite school of universal practical knowledge, man. We'll teach you how to live righteously. You know what I'm saying? And how to move with wisdom, man. Give me we got 2 more scriptures and I'll wrap it up. Give me Matthew chapter 5 and verse 17.
You ready?
I'm ready. Go ahead.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 17. Think not.
Think what?
Think not.
Think what?
Think not.
Don't even think about it. Get it out of your head, man. And what Officer Tamaki is reading are the words of Christ. How do we know that they're read? So how do we know that these are the words of Christ?
Because they are rojo.
They are rojo. What did Christ say? Christ said, think not. Get it out of your head. Don't even think about it. Go ahead.
Think not that I am come to destroy the law.
Don't even think about it. Don't even think that Christ came to do away with the law, statutes, and commandments that Moses and the elders commanded us this day. Think not that Christ did away with Leviticus chapter 11, man. And specifically verses 7 through 8, where he said we can't eat pork, man. Think not, man. These law, statutes, and commandments, these dietary laws, these feast days, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not commit adultery, have idols in your house, thou shalt not practice these other feast days because the Most High hates them and he despises them. And he's not taking part in these solemn assemblies, man. Think not that the Old Testament is done away with, man. That's all that Christ taught when he walked the earth, man. That's all Christ was doing, living when the Old Testament when the New Testament was being written, man. We're reading from Matthew, man, the first book of the New Testament, Matthew chapter 5, verse 17, man. Yahweh Shai Mashiach said it himself, think not that I am come to destroy the law. Go ahead.
I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill.
Listen, man. Christ didn't come to destroy the law or the prophets. He's not come to destroy, but to fulfill, man. He's come back. He walked the earth to put respect and to honor the priests and prophets of the Old Testament, man. To honor the work and the ordained mission that Moses had and the elders, man. To wake up the nation of Israel. To encourage them to put back their culture, man. To be hardcore. To not be half-steppers, man. You know what I'm saying? And listen, listen. Israelites, blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, we are a stiff-necked people, man. Moses led the whole nation of Israel out of Egypt, man. And what was it? Only like 2 that survived after the wilderness? Only 2 that entered into the promised land, man. Listen, Israel, we have our work cut out for us, man. We're a stiff-necked people, man. And these laws, statutes, and commandments still stand to this day, man. Not one jot nor one tittle shall be destroyed. The earth is still beneath us, and the sky is still above us, man. Go ahead, sis. Only 2 made it into the promised land after Moses led the Israelites out of Egypt. It was Joshua and who? Joshua and Caleb, man. Listen, after all the plagues and the Passover and the parting of the sea, the 40 years in the wilderness and all the miracles that the Most High showed, his commitment and his covenant with the nation of Israel, only 2 made it to the promised land, man. Israelites, man. Good night. My people, man. Listen, man. We pass from death into life, man, because we want to make it to the promised land, man. We want more than just 2 to make it up on those chariots, man. And it's going to be 144,000 to be exact, man. It's not a number we made up, man. It's in the scriptures. Let me get the last scripture and we'll wrap it up. Give me Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 6. Israelites, man. Blacks.
Anybody else want to read that? Or I got it. I'm ready.
Yahad, are you on your Eastwood or on a video game, man?
I'm following all the scriptures. You just say,
Listen. I want you to give the last scripture for today's class. Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6, man. Israelites, blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. He who has an ear, let him hear, man. We command you this day, like Moses and the elders, like commanding General Yohana and the captains and the ordained priests and officers in the UPK, man. We command our people, man, to follow the law, statutes, and commandments, to put on your culture, man. To put on your culture like a candlestick, man, and let it light up everybody in your presence, man. We are the salt of the earth. We are the chosen. You know what I'm saying? We can't be ashamed about our culture. We can't be ashamed about our feast days. You know what I'm saying? We have to accept the challenge to put into practice all 613 laws, statutes, and commandments, man, because we are holy. Holy means separate. Race, listen, like in the words of Captain Kahan Tamyad, man, the race card is the most important card in the deck of life, man. All the other nations on the planet are playing the race card. But you Israelites, you stiff-necked niggas, spicks, and redskins, man, you don't want to get with the goddamn program. Come back home, man. Come back to these scriptures. Come back to the school and start asking questions, man. Triple Yahad, give me Deuteronomy 7 and 6, Baba Kasha.
Khan. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 6. For thou art an holy people.
A what?
And holy people.
A holy means separate, man. For thou art a holy people, man. Israelites, blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. Go ahead.
Unto the Lord thy God.
Thy God. Your God, Israel. Your God, blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, is the God of the Bible, man. The 1611 King James Version of the Bible, man. You are a holy, separate people unto the Lord thy God. And your God doesn't belong to any other nation on the planet, man. It's like it. Zeal got ahead of it. Listen, man. Thy God is the God of the Bible, man. Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. Go ahead.
The Lord thy God hath chosen thee.
He hath what?
Hath chosen thee.
He hath chosen thee, blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, Israelites, the 12 tribes, the lost sheep. You are chosen deliberately, mindfully, from the God of the Bible whose throne sits in the 4th dimension, man. You are chosen, man. And your culture only belongs to you, man. Separate. Practice racism, man. Practice separation. Practice removing your spirit out of this world, man. Out of this so-called USA. Out of Babylon, man. Come into this class, man. Come into the school, man. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to what?
To be a special people.
To be a what?
To be a special people.
To be the salt of the world.
To be a special people.
To be the light of the world.
To be a special people.
Go ahead.
unto himself.
Unto himself, man. We are the Most High's portion, man. We are his jewelry. He only gives a damn about us, man. All the other nations are but spittle and beneath us, man. And that's just not a diss. That's written in the scriptures as well. All these other nations are but spittle and beneath us, man. Irrelevant, man. Space takers, man. They have a place and a role to play on this planet, man. But we're supposed to be ruling over them, according to the Most High God, man. We can't rule over these other nations until we take back our culture, man. Until we take back the challenge of the law, statutes, and commandments, man. Go ahead.
Above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
Upon the what?
The face of the earth.
Israelites, Black, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. We are a special people unto the Most High God, man. You know what I'm saying? He's chosen us to be above all people, all nations that are upon the face of planet Earth, man. The earth beneath us. And because the earth is still beneath us and the heavens are still above us, not one jot or one tittle of the law shall be dismissed, man. We're held accountable to keep our culture, man. Back to the title of the class, man. Keeping your culture is the law, man. No cowards, no cobardes, no hypocrites. Always forget that there were no cowards, no hypocrites, no excuses, man. We're giving our people no excuse to come back home, man. The doors of the ICPK are open 24/7, 365, man. You better ask us some questions. You know what I'm saying? And with that, I'm going to conclude the class. You got the security announcement? Most High in Christ. All right. And with that, Officer Tamaka is going to read us a security announcement.
This is the ISUPK security announcements. With the ISUPK, starting on 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Room for new brother and sister. When the new brother and sister come to school, they are off limits for 6 months. They're to be saluted only. They're here to share themselves to the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. After another 6 months, in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry, tithes, which is a commandment. You can find this in the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21, the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verses 8 through 10. Means 10th in the Hebrew, ma'asera, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming Holy Convocation. The upcoming Holy Convocation will be as which the Feast of Dedication, High Hanukkah, 25th day of the 9th month by the space of 8 days. Sunday, the 28th November 2021 for 8 days. You can find this in 1 Maccabees, chapter 4, verses 52 through 61. All right. If anyone wants to become a trooper in the school, start wearing all black, boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. As a security announcements, pass the class back to Officer Razan Ayas.
Most High in Christ, man. Listen, man. Black, Latinos, and Native Americans. You know what I'm saying? If you learn anything today, you're held accountable. You know what I'm saying? We're doing nothing but teaching our people our culture because we love Black, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. We're out here fighting for your souls, man. You know what I'm saying? We got nothing but love for our nation here in the ISUPK and the Commanding General Yohana, man.
Yeah.
And before we sign off, you know what I'm saying, we're going to play one more song, but do yourself a favor, do your nation a favor, like, share, and subscribe to this class with as many other social media platforms as possible. You know what I'm saying? Come to us with your questions and your comments. You know what I'm saying? We're not only on Facebook, we're on YouTube, we're on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter, man. You know what I'm saying? You can even find us in person. You know what I'm saying? 6th Street on every Friday from 3 p.m. until, man. grab you a flyer, ask you some questions, man. Come back home. Man. You know what I'm saying? With that, I'm going to give a final courtesy salute to all the brothers. Shalom, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shabbarakatam. Another courtesy salute to all the sisters in attendance today. Shalom, Yahweh Shem Alatam Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah. Messiah in Christ. All right, that. We'll sign off and leave you with a UPK banger.
Rolling hard, whatever I be rolling hard. Trials and tribulations in my life got me rolling hard. Woke up, Lord bless me with another day. Eat shit, showered, and be on my way. Jumped in the 2-door, Monte Carlo, solo, with a fofo on my way to get the dough, yo. If you don't work, then you don't eat. Don't be scared to walk through life when you got feet. You gotta run the race, it's the track meet. Can't trust nobody on the street, so you pack heat. Just got a phone call, my homie I grew up with dead. And last night my other partner had his dough kicked in by Fed. Cricket gospel to your hood and Huntley steps. Searching till they find your stash box where the gun is kept. I ain't never slept, some dream of fairy tale crime. The judge ain't giving no breaks, he giving jail time. I'ma put my trust and faith in the Lord. Never scarred on the boulevard, always rolling hard, I'm rolling hard. Rolling hard, rolling hard. Whatever I be rolling hard. Trials and tribulations in my life got me rolling hard, rolling hard, got me rolling hard. I believe in this truth, I'll never stop. Gun to my head, knife to my throat, I'll never stop. Ain't eat or drink nothing, I'll never drop. Rapping words over beats like this, I'll never flop. Pick up your cross, follow your Yahweh. Living righteous now, that old wicked man had to die. I testify the white man, the devil, he a lie. He the judge sitting in court that make your mama cry. Christianity had me traumatized. I'll never water down the truth, I can't compromise. I love the Most High more than my own children. My sons and daughters, they hate me, just imagine the feeling. Pain hurts so deep, cut like a machete. Prepare your soul for temptation, you better get ready. I'ma put my trust and faith in the Lord. Never scored on the boulevard, always rolling hard, I'm rolling hard, rolling hard. Rolling hard. Whatever I be rolling hard. Trials and tribulations in my life got me rolling hard, rolling hard. If it ain't one thing, it's 5 or 6. That president gon' cause a race war through politics. The way they treat my Mexican brothers on the border. Isaiah 14 and 21, prepare slaughter. Babylon falling, everything gon' flip. Every day of my life I pray for rulership. I'ma put my trust and faith in the Lord. Never scored on the boulevard, always rolling hard, I'm rolling hard, rolling hard. Rolling hard. Whatever I be rolling hard. Trials and tribulations in my life got me rolling hard, rolling hard.